He's going to cross the 40 to the 35-30. He's going to get the first down and more. Up the middle. He breaks away. He took it back. Oh, my goodness. Takes the snap. He throws out to the right side to number 12, who catches it. Touchdown.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the Knox Redskins host the Mishawaka Marian Knights in the championship round of Sectional 25. This is Indiana High School football. With us tonight, special guest Jim Collins and sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan. Hey, I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. Welcome you to Indiana High School Football Sectional 25 from Community Field in Knox, Indiana, 46534. We are back for more, set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get ready for our 12th football broadcast of the season, we have talked with Knox Redskins head coach Russ Radke during several practices and on the Saturday Sports Line, of course, every week. But we have yet to see these Knights of Mishawaka Marian. Knights head coach Mike Davidson is in his 7th season at the helm. They started their 2024 campaign going 0-2 through the first 2 weeks before winning back-to-back games in Week 3 and 4 against South Bend Adams on the road and South Bend St. Joe at home. They then lost to Penn on the road in Week 5, 24-7. Week 6, they beat South Bend, Washington, 41-14. They then dropped the next 2 before really getting things in stride, winning the final regular season game of the year, 21-7 over South Bend Riley. The Knights started their sectional run, beating Calumet at home 35-6, and then last week against Jimtown at home 34-26. Interesting note, in Week 2, they fell to Culver Academy in a close one. 28-24 was the final. A similar scenario the Knox Redskins went through themselves the following week in Week 3. We will talk about that here shortly, but the Knights come into this sectional championship matchup at 6-5 on the year and 4-3 in Northern Indiana Conference play. Looking at stats for the Knights, they are led by junior quarterback Mitch Fimble. He has thrown the ball 147 times, completing 82 of those for 1,205 yards, averaging 109.5 yards per game. He's averaging 14.7 yards per completion and has 11 passing touchdowns on the year with 6 interceptions. Right behind him in the rushing department is senior Brian Osman. Osman has carried the ball 184 times for 1,074 yards, averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He has a total of 13 rushing touchdowns on the year as well. And in the receiving category, senior Will Owens leads this team, averaging 56.7 yards per game with 624 yards on the year, averaging 15.6 yards per completion. He has a total of 7 receiving touchdowns on the year. And right behind him is senior Braxton Brooks. He is averaging 46.7 yards per game with 514 yards on the year, averaging 15.1 yards per completion, and has 4 touchdowns total. As a team, the Knights are averaging 25.6 points per game on offense, and their defense is allowing 20.2 points per game. Down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information from the field is our very own sports analyst. It's Chris McGowan. Welcome to the championship round, Chris.
It's a great night for football. Nice, crisp air. Beautiful night.
Well, talk about the Mishawaka Marian Knights. So, anything stick out to you?
They have some dudes. Standing down here in the field next to these guys, and I tell you what, there's probably about 70 kids on the roster, maybe 80 kids on the roster, and I don't think maybe 10 of them are smaller than me. That's about it. So I know size doesn't really matter, but again, just they got some guys that really look good in pads. I can tell you that. But yeah, they're just slinging the ball all over the place down here. So Knox is going to have their work cut out for them in the secondary again tonight.
Yeah, of course, we haven't seen the Knights play yet this season, but you're right, Chris, in terms of size. It reminds me of that semi-state matchup in Indianapolis where the Knox Redskins took on Bishop Chatard, and you looked across the other way at their sideline. They had kids from the 20 down to the other 20. It was just really incredible to see. It looks like the Knights have those kind of numbers for this one tonight. We turn the page, though, and look at the Knox Redskins head coach Russ Radke, who is in his 48th season as a high school football head coach. He is the second all-time winningest high school football coach in the entire state of Indiana with 412 total wins. This is his 5th season with the Knox Redskins, as they are arguably coming off the greatest season in Redskin football history. The Redskins went undefeated for the first time in school history during the regular season last fall and became regional champions for the first time ever as well. They made it to semi-state, as I said, where they fell to Bishop Chatard, but one thing as of late has shown true. The Redskins definitely have that experience coming back this year. They have been battle-tested and are very, very hungry to prove last year wasn't just a one-time fling. In Week 1, we saw the Redskins battle their historic cross-county rival, the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays, falling short 42-21. They followed that up in Week 2 with a win over Pioneer, 57-6. Then in Week 3, they were in a back-and-forth affair like we talked about, Culver Military Academy, and lost on a touchdown scored within the final 20 seconds. 47-46 was the final. That was the week after Mishawaka Marian lost to CMA. That is what the Redskins and the Knights have in common coming into tonight. A tough loss to the Academy. In Week 4, we saw the Redskins host Tippecanoe Valley, making a statement to their new conference, winning 26-3. Week 5, they took on John Glenn and won 26-7. Then in Week 6, we saw them host LaVille and win 57-24. Week 7, they beat Jimtown on the road 41-28. Week 8, they fell to Bremen on the road 46-38, and a shocker. That was in Week 8. And then in Week 9, they really took it to Bowman Academy off that Bremen loss, beating Bowman Academy 61-6. And then to start their sectional run, the Redskins beat River Forest on the road, winning 48-13. Then last week, we saw them beat the Griffith Panthers 66-28 as the Redskins come into this matchup against Mishawaka Marian tonight at 8-3 on the year and 4-1 in Indiana Northern State Conference play. Looking at stats for the Redskins, they are led by junior quarterback Miles McLaughlin. He has thrown the ball for 356 yards on 11 for 30 passing attempts with 3 passing touchdowns up to this point, as well as 4 interceptions. He also leads the team on the ground, averaging an amazing 11.2 yards per carry with a total of 2,401 yards coming into tonight on 214 carries with 37 rushing touchdowns. He is the all-time leading rusher and all-time touchdown scorer in Knox football history. His name is Miles McLaughlin, and he is only a junior. Right behind him in the rushing department is senior Jake Conroy. He has rushed the ball 194 times for 1,531 yards, averaging 7.89 yards per carry. Last year, Conroy broke the most touchdowns scored in a single game in Knox history with 6 that night. 6 total touchdowns that night. Chris calls both McLaughlin and Conroy the two-headed monster of Knox. Those stats and accolades I just noted should prove all of that to be true. In the receiving category, Conroy leads the team with 214 receiving yards with 1 receiving touchdown. Kane Weber is right behind him with 107 yards on 3 receptions and 1 touchdown on the year. As a team, the Redskins are averaging 44.3 points per game on offense, and their defense is allowing 22.7. We turn now to longtime local sports sponsor here on WKVI, Jim Collins of Collins Insurance. Welcome back, Jim.
Hey, great to be here. Appreciate it.
Thoughts on the Redskins tonight?
Oh, everybody's excited. Everybody says they're going to win, and we fully believe in that. Got their hands full. Every week gets a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Mishawaka Marian is no slouch whatsoever. Tough team. I think we're a lot tougher. Even though Mishawaka Marian's got, like Chris was saying earlier, some dudes. They've got some big guys in the middle of the field. And that's what controls the game, the line of scrimmage. And if Knox plays their game, does their thing, we should come out on top. We got some bigger boys to be pushing around than we're used to pushing around. Mishawaka Marian plays some tough competition. We play tough competition. So, it's coming down to this game. We've never beat Mishawaka Marian that I'm aware of.
We have not.
But Mishawaka Marian hasn't seen this team.
Right, right.
And we're about to lay it on them. So, folks, let's get ready. Tie it in. Get ready to go. Hold on with both hands because here we go. Giddy up.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Jim Collins, Chris McGowan, Mitch Columby. We are expecting an amazing evening of IHSAA Sectional 25 Championship football action. We certainly appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columby. Mitch?
Hey, I appreciate you, John. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and their surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue this tradition on KVB's WKVI. Only one injury to report tonight. It's the same as last week. It's Knox Redskins senior Lucas Skelly. Coach Radke informed us a few weeks ago on the Saturday Sports Line. Skelly unfortunately broke his collarbone in that win over John Glenn. We have been told the surgery was successful. Our thoughts are with him on a speedy recovery, as that is our Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned. We're going to hear from Mike Davidson of the Knights and Russ Radke of the Skins after the break. That's in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columby.
I'm talking with head coach of Mishawaka Marian, Mike Davidson. Coach, here we are, sectional championship on the line. What have you learned about the Knox Redskins this week?
They're a Coach Radke team. That means they're well coached. They're going to be prepared. They're going to go hard, fast, and physical both sides of the ball. They want to punch you in the mouth, and we know we got our hands full tonight.
What is it that you have to see from your Knights on the field?
We got to win the line of scrimmage. I think it's similar to last week as far as both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. If we win the line of scrimmage, control their defensive line, their front seven, be able to run the ball and throw the ball when we want, and then somehow get them off their running game, which which is not easy, but get them off their running game, or at least in uncomfortable situations where they might be able to, might be forced to throw the football.
Message to Knights Nation here on the road.
Hey, this is what we wanted. We wanted the opportunity to play for a championship, so go out and take it.
Coach, appreciate your time.
All right, thank you very much.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
I'm talking with head coach of the Knox Redskins, Russ Radke. Coach, you have an opportunity to do something pretty special tonight. Not only win a sectional championship, but win Knox's third sectional championship in a row. What has to happen in order to make that happen?
Well, I think having worked all week long, I just think it's got to come down to the players having a little excitement in them and being not greedy that they can do things individually. We just got to keep Mishawaka Marian in front of us on defense and always defend the pass by where it's coming from. But I think our offensive line has got to be the total execution. They're going to be the total key, offensive line.
Yeah, just viewing practice yesterday, it seemed like from what you guys were preparing for, Mishawaka Marian likes to get the ball in the air. You just spoke a little bit about defensively, but take it a step further. What do you have to see on the field defensively?
Well, then once you see your reaction to the ball, because hopefully we can get to the quarterback, the ball's going to be coming out in about 3 or 4 seconds at the most. And as that's a result, then you got to break. And hopefully everybody and fans, and you'll be able to see that type of reaction to our group. We're young again, like I'm saying. I got 22 seniors. The total platoon, but we got a little bit of loyalty between a bunch of us, and I think they can come out and be dedicated.
Message to Redskin Nation here at home.
Well, the important thing is let's get some noise going, get some excitement, and with everybody being here and the band didn't leave yet early until tomorrow, I think we're going to have a good crowd here tonight.
Coach, I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks a lot.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
Okay, as we get set for Indiana High School football sectional championship action, what are your keys to the game as a Knox Redskin, Jim?
Well, as of every week, that what we need to do is control that line of scrimmage. It's going to be a challenge tonight, but this Redskin team has been killing it all year. And if you looked on Facebook last week when they were showing that run that Miles McLaughlin had, we saw our linemen going downfield blocking. They didn't just block their initial guy and let him get past the initial line of scrimmage. They were going downfield, hitting the defenders 3, 4, 7 yards down the line to make sure he made it all the way. If we have that kind of play, that kind of excitement, the kind of things that Russ was saying earlier, if we play that style of ball, Redskin ball, we're going to win this game.
All right, now let's flip sides. What are your keys to the game for the Mishawaka Marian Knights, Chris?
Keep the Knox defense on their heels. Keep them off balance. Don't become one-dimensional and just start throwing the ball all over the place. You got to be able to run the football against this Knox defense if you're going to have success. So tonight's game, like Jim says, is going to come down to the trenches. Whichever team can dominate the line of scrimmage tonight is going to win this football game.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. It's time now to sit back, pop open an ice-cold Coke and chill. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our LAP Waste starting lineups are next. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
Have you ever wondered how much I could sell my vehicle for? Well, Auto Park Chevrolet GMC can help with that. We're looking to buy your vehicle. It is a quick, simple process that puts money in your pocket. Stop by the Auto Park on Oak Road for one of our sales professionals to assess your vehicle and have a cash price for you in moments. If you're looking to trade, we have stacks of inventory for you to choose from, or you can walk away with a check in hand. Don't hassle with listing on Marketplace or waiting forever to sell it privately. Let us make you an offer today. Auto Park Chevrolet GMC. Check us out at www.autoparkchevroletbuickgmc.com or call 574-936-5590 or come to see us next to Walmart in Plymouth.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
It's time for the LAP Waste starting lineups.
For the Redskins of Knox, Indiana. On offense, starting at quarterback, it's Miles McLaughlin. The running backs are Jake Conroy, Ashton Walker, and Kane Weber. Tight ends tonight are Hunter Anderson and Easton Minix. In the trenches on the O-line for the Redskins are Keyston Dixon and Tucker Burns as the offensive tackles. Aiden Reed and Noah Bolin are the offensive guards, and Hayden Smith is at the center position. On defense for the Skins, starting defensive backs are Jake Conroy, Maddox Kinder, Keegan Everidge, and Isaac Singleton. Starting linebackers are Noah Bolin, Kane Weber, and Miles McLaughlin. On the D-line for the Redskins, we will see Hunter Anderson and Garen Phipps as the defensive ends. Dominic Triska and Keyston Dixon will be the defensive tackles. On offense for the Knights of Mishawaka Marian tonight, starting at quarterback, we will see the junior Mitch Fimble. Starting tailback tonight is Brian Osmond. The halfback is Aiden Hansen. Starting wide receivers tonight are Will Owens, Braxton Brooks, and Jack Dirrell. Now for the big men up front, Prescott Horvath, Mark Warbington, Giovanni Garcia de la Torre, and Doran Brooks are all on the line with Preston Shue in the middle at the center position. On defense for the Knights, starting quarterbacks are Quinn Ron and Cooper Sooth. Starting safeties are Braden Smith and Harrison Gibbons. Starting linebackers are Nick Quiet, Joe Boone, and Lucas Primrose. Then on the defensive line, getting after it is Caleb Johnson, Seth Kurtzetter, Eric Logan, and Isaac Walton. That is our LAP Waste starting lineups. We'll be back to get set for kickoff. Hey, you are listening to KVB's WKVI.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Knox, Indiana, welcome to the championship round of Indiana High School Football Sectional 25 as the Knox Redskins host the Mishawaka Marian Knights. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. You can stay up to speed on local high school sports in this area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. We are literally in the palm of your hand. No excuses, folks. Everything you need to know in our area is on WKVI, WKVI.com, and on those social media sites. If you have any questions that you want answered, tune in. Follow us on social media. You'll know what's going on in your backyard. KVB will always have you covered. We are proud to let you know the public address announcer tonight at Community Field is our old friend Nathan Welter. The scoreboard operator is Dusty Minix. The play clock operator is Ron Kukula. The official statistician tonight is Tim Knowlton. Our officials for this one are Casey Hall, Joe Hobaugh, John Miller, Nick Sommer, and Alex Yegi. With us up in the booth, breaking things down and analyzing play, we are honored to have longtime local high school sports sponsor Jim Collins on the call, and down on the sidelines getting all the inside information from the field is sports analyst Chris McGowan. We are set for kickoff from Knox, Indiana. The North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays are our only other WKVI area team still in it tonight. They host LaVille as the Blue Jays are undefeated at 11-0. LaVille is 6-5. That game is broadcasting on our other station, KVB's WYMR. That's Max 98.3 FM with Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee on the call. We invite you to flip back and forth between 98.3 and 99.3 as KVB will always have you covered. If you tap the link within our bio on our social medias, both of our streams are available to jump back and forth on your phone. You can also watch the Max 98.3 game with video provided by LVH1 Broadcasting by following that link. There are literally, folks, zero excuses when it comes to coverage of local high school sports in your area. Tonight's kickoff is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Let's send it down to the field to Chris McGowan. Judson versus LaVille tonight. Chris, what happens?
Well, if North Judson takes care of the football, I like their chances. In that first game in week 2, several weeks ago, North Judson had three or four turnovers and costly penalties and still was able to pull that game out 32-8. But I tell you what, LaVille, well-coached football team, and just the familiarity that they have with North Judson scares me a little bit, but North Judson should take care of business tonight.
Well, we'll bring Jim Collins back in, and both of you guys, this is directed at both of you guys. It's getting pretty nice to have both of your county teams in a sectional championship game. That's pretty fun.
That's pretty exciting. I think we should keep it going.
I think we should keep it
All
going.
right.
What do you think, Chris?
Oh, I think so. I'd have both teams playing next week would be great, but let's take it one game at a time.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Hey, I have a question, though. Did you say Braden Smith for Mishawaka Marian is a starting safety?
That's what I was told. I might be giving some misinformation maybe, Chris. What are you seeing?
Well, I don't know. That guy looks like Brian Urlacher in pads. If he's a starting safety, look out.
Well, we'll see where he is, in fact, lined up. Of course, we get this information. We've never covered Mishawaka Marian, so, you never know what you get from coaches. It kind of just depends on what you get. You take them as from their word. A great interview there with Mike Davidson earlier.
This might be the first week where we actually had Dominic Triska, number 71, in our program.
Yeah, we have it correct. So Dominic Triska, number 71, as it looks like they are at midfield. Chris, what'd you find out?
Mishawaka Marian won the toss and has elected to defer, so Knox will actually get the ball to start this football game.
Wow, they elected to defer knowing the Knox Redskins have all the ammo. What are your thoughts on that, Jim?
Well, I'm not sure what the coach is thinking about that, but
trying to send a message, maybe.
I'm sure Russ is thinking, we'll take the ball. We're not afraid of that.
It always reminds me of that 2006 Super Bowl where head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, Tony Dungy, said, we're going to kick to Devin Hester. We're not afraid of him, and then look what happened.
Yeah. Well,
don't remind me, though.
Yeah.
Who won that game?
Yeah, you're a Bears guy. I'm sorry. I forgot. We hear Nathan Welter up here.
Nathan say go Colts.
Yeah, go Colts. We got Colts fans up here. They exist up here. It's not an anomaly. As we will see entering the field, kicking duties. Who is doing the kicking duties for the Mishawaka Marian Knights? I believe it's Primrose. From what I saw in the program earlier, we'll see who it is out onto the field, and then I assume deep to return will be Isaac Singleton and Jake Conroy, both of which have had quite a few highlights throughout the season. You know, we don't really talk about Isaac Singleton. He's one of those guys they like to get the ball in his hands as well.
Yeah, he's a great player. They don't utilize him as much as they probably could, but when he is given the ball, he does take great advantage of the opportunity. He's fun to watch.
Hey, on a side note, too, give me updates from North Judson because this officiating crew was interested in whether or not we were going to be able to get updates from that game.
I will definitely keep in touch with Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee. Of course, they're on our other station, 98.3. I don't know where you could have an area flip back and forth between 98.3, 99.3, that easy to stay up to speed in your local area than right here at KVB. It is number 22. Lucas Primrose set to kick. Deep to return is Jake Conroy and Isaac Singleton.
It looks like he's lined up for an onside kick. Well, hopefully we're not going to see that again.
The whistle. And we are underway. It is a full kick, deep back to the 19, bounces. That is where Isaac Singleton will pick it up to the 25, now to the 30, now to the 35, and he's brought down to the 36. Horse collar tackle by number 99, Caleb Johnson. Flag flies. They get to the 31, and off the assessed penalty, they're going to get great field position.
Should be right about midfield or Mitch's 51-yard line, possibly.
Yeah, nice horse collar tackle there. I tell you what, that horse
saved
collar
a touchdown.
Saved the touchdown.
Yeah, man, you're on it, Chris.
So that's one of those where, as a coach, you're okay with that penalty because you almost gave up 6 there on the opening kickoff.
51-yard line.
So it will be the 49-yard line. Thanks for calling me out early. We won't make that mistake now.
I like it.
They get it to the 31. They will assess the penalty. It puts this in Knight territory on the 49-yard line. This is the first play of the game on the opening drive for the Knox Redskins. Miles McLaughlin out of the gun. Conroy to his right. Takes the snap, hands off to Conroy. Here it comes up the hole. Gets all the way to the 45. So a 4-yard carry there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Keep it going.
Watching Knox warm up in pregame, a new formation. They actually split Weber out for a twins look and run speed option between McLaughlin and Conroy. So look for that wrinkle here maybe early on to see how Mishawaka Marian adjusts.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 46. In Knight territory, out of the gun. It's McLaughlin. Takes the snap. Quarterback keep this time, and he is wrapped up. No, he breaks that tackle and gets all the way to the 40. So very slippery are the Knox Redskins, and the Knights are having trouble bringing him down. It will be 3rd and 2 after the carry, Chris.
Yeah, just Mishawaka Marian there trying to tackle a little too high, and Conroy and McLaughlin both are too strong for that. You're going to have to hit them around the waist.
10:50 to go in the opening quarter. We are scoreless in sectional championship action in Knox, Indiana. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin takes a snap, hand off to Conroy this time. Slips, breaks a tackle, gets the first down, and he's going to be spotted near the 36, 37-yard line.
First down.
So he will move the chains here.
Mitch, I noticed, and Chris, I noticed that the defense for Mishawaka is playing a standard 5-2 that you don't normally see against Knox. So they're playing them straight up, and we'll see how those 5 guys up front with Mishawaka, how long they last the pounding that the Redskins are going to put on them.
1st and 10 from the 36. Takes the snap from the gun. Hands off to Conroy. He slips just shy right at the line of scrimmage. He may lose a yard here.
Jake Conroy on the carry for the Redskins.
I tell you what, Mishawaka Marian right there did a good job. That right side of that defensive line, stuffing that play. Conroy didn't have very much room there, and the slip didn't help, that's for sure. So 2nd and 10 here for the Redskins.
He at least gets it back to the line of scrimmage as we just passed 9:50 to go in the opening quarter. Redskins scored on the first play last week. This time they're having to do a little more work. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin, quarterback keep, cuts back to the 34, and he's tackled at the 33. He's finding space, and he's very elusive.
Yeah, it looks like they're having a little trouble getting their footing out there. Hopefully as the game goes along, they'll figure it out. But that was a pretty good run by Miles. But it's a long third and about 7, 8 yards there.
But Knox is in 4-down territory.
Yeah.
3rd and 7.
Oh, under center.
McLaughlin under center. Very rare occasion. Takes the snap, spins around, hands off. Here comes Conroy up the left side, and he's met by a Knight at the 32-yard line. Lucas Primrose got in there. It will be 4th down here, short of the first, guys.
That brings up 4th down for the Redskins.
Gain 3 on the carry, so 4th and 4 here. They are going for it. Like Chris said, this is 4-down territory. Ball on the 31. 4th and 4 out of the gun. Miles McLaughlin, Conroy to his left. They draw a Knight off sides with the hard count.
Nice call. Nice call.
Looked like that was Isaac Walton, the D lineman, jumping a little early there. Little antsy in this sectional championship game, Chris.
Yeah, you get Knox in that fourth and long 4, and just wanting to make a play there and just got a little too excited. Got to watch the ball.
1st and 10 off the assessed penalty. From shotgun, McLaughlin takes the snap. Quarterback keep up the middle. There he gets to the 20. Now to the 15. Still on his feet to the 10. And that's where he is brought down. It should be 1st and goal depending on where they spot it.
That was a nice run. Nice run. Hey, quick shout out to my nephew, Bo Boyd. He's a little ill, couldn't make it to the game tonight, but he's tuned to us there, Mitch. So a big person and a big supporter of Knox football.
Well, shout out to him. We appreciate him joining us as it's 1st and goal. McLaughlin out of the gun, takes the snap. Quarterback keep. May get a yard, maybe, Chris?
Maybe 2.
And we do have
the ball was just inside the 10, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from just inside the 8.
And we do have a score update from our other station, KVB's WIMR. That's Max 98.3 FM, Chris. North Judson takes the lead 8-0 early.
That's what I like.
Back in our game, Redskins knocking on the door, 2nd and goal. Ball spotted on the 8 from the shotgun. Miles McLaughlin, Jake Conroy to his right, takes the snap, hands off to Conroy. Here he comes, cuts back up the middle, still on his feet. And it gets to the 2. Yeah, Chris, what a cut.
Yeah, nice cut there. Did a good job of getting that left foot in the ground. Didn't plan on the inside foot. Try to cut on the inside foot. But got that left foot in the ground and made a nice sharp cut right there and picked up 5 yards. So 3rd and goal here from just inside the 3.
Redskins getting ready to do that.
Next play. Takes the snap. Oh, nice juke move, and Miles McLaughlin gets into the end zone. It will be a Knox Redskin touchdown. What'd you see, Chris?
Just Miles McLaughlin making a nice cut there, just going the opposite way. Faked the handoff to Conroy, and McLaughlin did a good job reading that and put his right foot in the ground and got to the end zone. So a drive there that was aided on that 4th down play on the offsides call. So Knox here going to line up and go for 2.
As they normally do, they are going for 2. It's McLaughlin from shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the middle, wrapped around by Knights, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. They read it well that time, Chris.
Yeah, that play took a little too long to hit. I think Knox needs to just get north and south and to try running that fake jet sweep there to Conroy, and it just took too long to develop.
Keener Construction is proud to be a Knox Redskin alum. They are excited to witness the Redskins take the field each week this season. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home here in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Finally, Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. It took a little extra work, guys, but the Redskins still get points on the board.
Yeah, it was great to see.
Chris?
Yeah, just that drive aided, like I said, by the penalty by Mishawaka Marian there on that fourth down. So, again, Knox had to work for that, but I think if you're Coach Radke, you got to like that start. First drive, you get 6 points.
So Jake Conroy set to kick here, deep to return for the Knights. I can't see the numbers. Chris?
Number 1.
Deuce Owens.
Deuce Owens, and it's like maybe number 11, Terrence Lane.
Terrence Lane. Set to kick. He does. Fair catch called.
And that was number 33. That was Braden Cerny, the sophomore.
Cerny. Knights take over, 1st and 10.
So this will be the first time we see the Knights out onto the field on offense. And like Chris said, they've got some dudes. You see the big one coming out there, number, is that 59 or 69?
69, Prescott Horvath.
He is huge.
He's got to be about 6'9".
So 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 25-yard line in Knight territory. Mitch Fimble out of the gun. Takes the snap. Throws into the flat. Caught. That's Brian Osmond up the left side, and he will be tackled close to an 8, maybe a 9-yard gain there, Chris.
Yeah, just take the running back and swing him on out. And he's got 3 lead blockers in front of him, so just a little screen there action, and picked up first down actually.
So he will get the first down, and they move the chains, and moving right along are the Knights. 1st and 10, ball on the 35, takes the snap. Thimble looking to throw, fires, and he overthrows his intended target. Braxton Brooks, the senior, had a good route, Chris. He just overthrew him.
Yeah, just a slant route right there, and just a little too high on the throw. But again, Mishawaka Marian, no huddle, get up to the line of scrimmage, and ready to run the next play already.
Next play. Takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires, quick slant. That is Deuce Owens. Gets maybe 5 on the reception.
Deuce Owens on the reception for the Knights. Tackle made by Miles McLaughlin.
So a nice
McLaughlin right there to tackle that slant. Big third down here for the Redskins.
It's Jim checking in. No?
So next play, 3rd and 5. Fimble sets his man in motion. Takes the snap. Hands off. This is Brian Osmond met at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down. A nice play there, Jim.
Welcome back to the show. Tackle made by Miles McLaughlin. That brings up 4th down for the Knights.
Testing there. You hear me okay? All right. Little technical difficulties, but Mitch is the man. He got me up and going again. All right.
Great read there by Miles McLaughlin on that third down on that handoff. He read the open door, the open window, and filled it in a hurry. So a loss of a yard there. So 4th and 6, and Mishawaka Marian lined up the punt.
So the Redskin D holds strong here. 4:40 to go in the opening quarter. The Redskins lead 6-0. The snap, hold, punt, clean away. Nice punt into Redskin territory. Bounces to the 34, gets to the 30, rolls to the 29. That's where the Knights touch it, and where the Redskins will take over for their second offensive drive here in this quarter.
Yeah, good start for the Redskins. Again, offensively, opening possession, take it 49 yards for the score. And then defensively, they give up the one first down. You bend a little bit, but break, and you get the ball back. So 4:27 here left to go in the first quarter. The Redskins lead 6-0.
Update from North Judson, Chris. LaVille had to punt, so now the Blue Jays are on another offensive drive, marching down the field yet again, leading 8-0. Back in our game, 1st and 10. McLaughlin hands off up the middle. Conroy to the 30. Maybe a yard on the carry. They're doing a good job defensively, the Knights are, of containing the middle. I think they've been practicing that all week.
Yeah, because their defense is lined up in a traditional 5-2, they're making sure their down linemen can handle the front of the Redskins. But the Redskins keep doing what they're doing. The backs are doing a great job by planting their foot and moving forward or moving to the side rather than trying to make those jump cuts and slide and fall down. So here we go on this next play.
2nd and 8, out of the gun. McLaughlin fakes the handoff, pulls it himself, crosses the 34 to the 35, and he runs out of bounds. That was 2nd and 8, so this will bring up 3rd down here and short, Chris.
Yeah, Knox has got to be careful there on the perimeter. The split end, number 7, Ashton Walker, better do a better job of keeping his hands inside. He could have been called for a hold right there, but the official talked to him a little bit after the play.
And Coach Radke talked to him very gently.
Under center, it's McLaughlin. Takes the snap, hands off to Conroy up the middle, trying to get the first down. He will be short by 2 yards. This will bring up 4th and 2 here in their own territory. What do you think they do here, guys?
Oh, boy. That's a tough one. I would think they would go for it. They typically do. Maybe try the hard count again.
It worked the last time, as they will line up to go for it on 4th and 1. Ball on the 37-yard line in Redskin territory. Quarterback keep up the middle. It's Rowe. Yes, it's Miles McLaughlin all the way to the 49. They put their trust in him, and he gets the job done.
The thing about the shotgun offense, in short yardage situation like that, yeah, it's 4th and 1, but when you line up 5 yards deep, that's 6 yards you got to gain, so a little scary.
1st and 10, ball spotted on the 47-yard line in Redskin territory from shotgun. It's Miles McLaughlin with Jake Conroy to his left. Takes the snap, hands off to Conroy up the right side. Almost broke away, and he's wrapped up at the 50. He breaks that tackle, and it's a nice big run.
Yeah, hopefully as the night goes along, the Marian Knights on their defensive line get a little tired and won't be able to chase them down. Right now they're doing a really good job as far as hitting the line and then reading which way the backs are going. So they're giving up the 2-3 yards of play, not giving up the big play.
2nd and 8 on the 50 from shotgun. McLaughlin fakes the handoff to Conroy, keeps it himself up the middle. He gets into Knight territory to the 45, and this will bring up 3rd down now.
But again, if you're the Redskins, hey, you'll take 3-4 yards, 2-3-4 yards every carry, because if you know you're going to go for it every 4th down.
Yep, absolutely.
Score update from Max 98.3, Chris. The Blue Jays score again. They lead LaVille 16-0.
Good start for the Blue Jays.
Back in our game, under 1:30 to go in the first. The Redskins lead 6-0. 3rd and 3. They need this one from the Knights 45. McLaughlin out of the gun. Conroy to his left. Takes the snap, hands off to Conroy, fumble on the play. Knights pounce on it. Now the ball's loose. We'll see who picks it up. The Knights say they have it. They do.
And they do.
Wow. Botched handoff to Conroy, slips out his hands. He almost recovered it, but the Knights pounced on it quick.
Yeah, that was odd. It almost looked like he picked up his own fumble, then fumbled again. That's what everybody else is seeming to think. So, yeah, it's going to be crucial tonight, hanging on to that football, like Chris said earlier tonight.
It has dipped below 50 degrees, and like Chris has talked about before, the colder it gets, that ball gets heavier, that ball gets harder. Conditions can really change the game, Chris.
Yeah, it gets slick.
So here we go. The Knights get the ball back and don't allow the Redskins to score. Out of the gun, Fimble takes the snap. Here come the Redskins. He's going to have to roll out of the pocket, and he's going to bring him down in the backfield at the 25. A huge loss. Big-time tackle. That is number 27. Hunter Anderson.
Hunter Anderson.
The sophomore tracks Mitch Fimble down. He had nowhere to go.
That was exciting. Now second down and, what is that, close to 30 yards. That's what we needed.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in the first. 6-0, the Redskins lead. Knights second in eternity. Spread formation, sets his man in motion, takes the snap, looks to throw, fires.
Ooh.
Incomplete. The Redskins almost intercepted by Isaac Singleton. He tried to find Aiden Hansen on the slant, nothing going. He's a little high on those releases, Chris.
Yeah, Knox, the front four, the Redskins doing a very good job of putting some pressure in his face, not letting him get set. And so that's going to be key all night long. If this front four can put pressure on the quarterback, Knox in the secondary, that allows them to have 7 on 4.
3rd and 27. Out of the gun. Fimble takes the snap, looking to throw, fires. Oh, batted out of the air by Jake Conroy. What a defensive play. They tried to find Terrence Lane. He almost had it, and Jake Conroy bats it out of the air.
Conroy, both sides of the ball, doing it all.
The Swiss Army knife at work again, Chris.
Yeah, making up for that fumble there on the handoff. Great play there, knocking that ball, batting it down. So the Redskins here, the one thing you look at, putting 2 guys back, so you're susceptible to a fake punt. But with it being 4th and 27, look for Mishawaka Marian here to punt this ball away.
Deep to return is Miles McLaughlin and Jake Conroy, it looks like.
Punting from their own 10-yard line.
Punt is clean away. Conroy calls fair catch at the 45 in Redskin territory. Stops the clock for the final 12 seconds of this first quarter. They lead 6-0 over Mishawaka Marian.
Even though we had that fumble, I still feel like the Redskins has got the momentum. They're moving the ball pretty handily, and Mishawaka is really leaning on their pass game. They're going five receivers wide, and like Chris mentioned in the beginning of the game, the ball's heavy, it's slippery, it's cold. So if we keep running the ball like we're doing, things are turning out well.
1st and 10 from the Redskin 45. Out of the gun, McLaughlin takes the snap. Quarterback keep up the middle. He gets to the 49 in Knight territory, and that will bring the first quarter to a close. 6-0, the Knox Redskins lead Mishawaka Marian. We take a break and come back after this.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know that when agriculture thrives, we all do. It's the heart and grit of our agricultural communities that keep the crops coming in and the livestock cared for day and night. That's why we build financial solutions around the needs and schedules of our ag clients. I'm Isaac Blue, ag banker at Knox, North Judson, and Culver. If you're looking for a financial partner that has over 135 years experience in understanding and supporting agriculture, I'd like to hear from you. Let's harvest success together. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Back in Community Field in Knox, Indiana, the Knox Redskins lead the Mishawaka Marian Knights 6-0 in Sectional 25 Championship action. We are back in action. Next play, handoff to Jake Conroy up the middle, and he will get several yards before he's brought down at the 46 in Mishawaka Marian territory. We bring back in Jim Collins and sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan. Your thoughts on that first quarter there, Chris?
It was a quick one. And I tell you what, if you're Knox, you got to feel pretty confident right now because you are moving the ball. You had the one miscue on the handoff, but again, you're starting to take control of this line of scrimmage.
3rd and 1, out of the gun. McLaughlin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, breaks away. Now to the 40, around the edge of the 35. Tackle to the 32.
Horse collar.
Nothing called. I think the near sideline wanted it. They didn't get it. Brought down by a couple of Knights. Number 6 was one of them, Braden Smith. Also number 8, Vital Long.
Coach Radke's down there pleading his case. That wasn't a horse collar once, but twice. And oh, my goodness.
Getting a little rough out there.
Yeah.
Hey, I have an update from North Judson. It's now 24-0. The Blue Jays lead with 2:18 left to go in the first quarter.
Fantastic.
We remind our listeners to flip back and forth. That game is on our other station, KVB's Max 98.3 FM. Where are you going to get this kind of coverage to flip back and forth to stay up to speed on your local teams? I'll wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. Next play, handoff to Conroy up the left, nothing going. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, he got up. Conroy was down for a moment, but he's up. He's like the Terminator. You're not taking him down.
Yeah, no gain there on first down. So Mishawaka Marian doing what they needed to do there on first down. But, again, Knox still has three downs here to pick up 10 yards.
2nd and 10. Nothing gained on the last play. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin, Conroy to his left, takes the snap, hands off to Conroy up the middle, breaks away to the 25 to the 20, and he's brought down. Big time run. It's a first down run. Jake Conroy.
That what we were talking about earlier. If the running backs can get back past that first initial line of Marion, they've got all kinds of openings to go. And as the game gets going, hopefully Mishawaka gets tired and we see some more runs like that. Hopefully break it for even all the way.
1st and 10, fresh set of downs for the Redskins. Under center, it's Miles McLaughlin. Jake Conroy behind him, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. And I think he thought Conroy was kind of come up the left side. He actually went up the right side. No one was there. A little miscommunication. You see him and Jake kind of talking things over there. They brush it off and move on to the next play.
Good call, Mitch. Well, you described it perfectly. Yeah.
So now they lose a yard, bringing up 2nd and 11. 9:20 to go here in the first half. The Redskins lead the Knights 6-0. From the Knights 20. Out of the gun, McLaughlin takes the snap, hands off to Conroy. He slips again. Is the grass starting to get a little dew, Chris?
Yeah, the grass is starting to get a little wet, and that's making it even a little bit more slick. But again, be 3rd down here and a manageable 7 yards, long 6 for the Redskins. But again, you got 2 plays here to pick up this 6 yards.
And give credit to where credit is due. The Knights are not allowing those big plays to happen like you're talking the Redskins usually have. They're doing a good job of controlling it. After a big play, they come right back and stop them. 3rd and 7. From shotgun, McLaughlin fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Now around the edge of the 15, bulldozes his way forward to the 11. It'll bring up 4th down, 4th and short here. We assume they will go for it as they usually do. They'll spot it at the 11.
4th and about 2, maybe?
Yeah, 4th and 2 here.
Long 2.
So 4th and 2, 8 minutes to go in the first half. Redskins going for it. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin, and now...
Got a timeout coming.
Timeout on the Redskins. They will burn their first of 3 here in this half, as L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. Randall's Funeral Home of Hamlet and Coots Lake have been proud supporters of local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321 for Hamlet or 574-586-2120 for Coots Lake. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue this tradition on KVB's WKVI. Chris McGowan let us know the new update for the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays. They are leading LaVille 24-0 right now. The Blue Jays taking care of business. In our game, the Knox Redskins are hoping to put more points on the board. They lead Mishawaka Marian 6-0, and the ball will be spotted on the 12-yard line, 4th and 2. They need 2 yards. Who you handing off to here, Jim?
Well, it's one of 2 people, I think we can guess.
It's the law firm of Conroy McLaughlin.
Yep.
That is a good one. You got all the good nicknames, Chris. 4th and 2 from shotgun. McLaughlin keeps it himself. Quarterback keep up the middle, breaks away to the 8, and he will get the first down. He was going to the right. He cuts back into the middle. He finds the hole, and he's patient.
Yep, that patience is paying off. In a lot of games, when the field is not wet like it is now, he would have scored on that play. So this wet field has slowed down the scoring of the Redskins, but they're maintaining the ball and they're controlling that clock. We're down to 7.5 minutes in the first half, and we're knocking on the door ready to score.
1st and goal on the 8 from shotgun. Miles McLaughlin hands off to Conroy up the right side, breaks a tackle. Oh, man, a touchdown-saving tackle as he's tripped up at the 4. That was Joseph Boone, the senior. Oh, man, he saved it, Chris.
Yeah, Conroy did a good job of bouncing off that first tackle and getting to the outside, slipped a little bit. But again, touchdown-saving tackle there by Mishawaka Marian. So it's now 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line for the Redskins.
7 minutes to go in the first half. The Redskins are trying to make it a three-peat for 3 sectional championships in a row tonight. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin, 2nd and goal, hands off, pushing his way forward is Conroy. He may get to the 3. So it'll be 3rd and goal here. Ball on the 3-yard line. So just when you think the Redskins are going to make something happen, the Knights tighten things up a little bit. They need this.
They need this, and we need to convert the extra point, or 2 points.
From shotgun, McLaughlin fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the middle.
He's in.
And he will get the touchdown.
Yes.
Another 6 points to put on the board. Miles McLaughlin on the quarterback keep.
One of the biggest crowds we've seen in a long time here tonight. It's got a lot of great Redskin Nation people here.
Yeah, they definitely came out in full force, and you look across the way, Mishawaka Marian has quite a big fan base that traveled tonight too.
True, but up here in the booth, we have the best fans ever.
We do.
Nathan rocking it down there. We're doing great.
All the guys are here, and we're having fun on another Friday night as the Redskins are going for 2. From shotgun, it is Miles McLaughlin all alone in the backfield. He sets his man in motion, takes a snap, hands off to the man in motion. That's Jake Conroy, and he's wrapped up. Tackled short, no good on the 2-point conversion. I believe that was number 99, Caleb Johnson, the senior, on the 2-point conversion saving tackle. Keeps it 12-0 with 6:14 to go here in the first half. Today's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Tonight's game is also sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air Dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. Finally, we thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring this this broadcast tonight. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. 12-0, the Knox Redskins lead Mishawaka Marian here in the sectional championship round. Another sectional championship on the horizon for the Knox Redskins, so let's not get ahead of ourselves, but you got to feel pretty good if you're up 12-0 at this point.
Right, I was just thinking about that. The biggest thing right now is not to get complacent. You still got to keep your foot on their neck. Do not let up. Keep it going. And let's see if we can get a turnover here and get one more score before half with the 6 minutes and 14 seconds left before halftime.
Set to kick is Jake Conroy.
That sounded kind of mean, didn't it? Keep your foot on their neck? No? Okay.
No.
That's football.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
We don't cover
Okay,
Mishawaka
thanks.
Marian, so we can be homers.
Oh,
Conroy kicks this one to the 25, picked up by number 6. That's Braden Smith. Cuts back to the far side of the field, and he's tackled at the 31, 32-yard line. Big-time tackle. I think that was Cameron Duff on the tackle, if I'm not mistaken, number 17, Chris?
Yeah, him and Keegan Average.
Yeah, both got in there and brought him down. So they'll spot it at the Knights 32, and that's where they will take over here. Down 12-0. I don't want to assume, but I feel like if you're the Knights, you got to at least come away with some sort of points on this drive.
Yeah, you got to get those first downs and just start moving the ball. It seemed like their last drive they got desperate and started just passing, and they're going spread offense again.
Yeah. Trips to the left here, and Mitch Fimble out of the gun. With Osmond to his right, takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires immediately to the near sideline, number 3. It's Braxton Brooks. He's tackled at the 34, so maybe a couple on the reception gained. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 here.
Now, don't forget that Mishawaka Marian won the toss and elected to defer, so they will get the ball to start the third quarter.
So this drive is very important right now for them. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Fimble out of the gun. Osmond to his left, sets his man in motion. Mitch, he'll take the snap. Hands off to Osmond up the middle, breaks away to the 35 to the 40. Still on his feet, spins out. Now to the 45, tackle to the 48. And a big-time run by Brian Osmond, the senior. He finally got one to go. They move the chains for a Knights first down.
Well, that was a great big run for them. They've been needing that all night, but the Redskins got to make sure they stop the run and force them into a pass. Looks like we got a Mishawaka Marian player down.
Yeah, looks like there is a Knight injured on the field, slow to get up.
Mitch, we had a quick moment. I just want to give a shout-out to my Aunt Jewelry. I call her Aunt Jewelry. She's a major contributor to football because her son, grandson, and great-grandson has played for the Redskins. So,
well, big-time shout-out to Aunt who?
Aunt Jewelry. Aunt Jules, her name.
Aunt Jules.
We can say Aunt Jewelry, yeah. She makes some mean biscuits and gravy. Man.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Why you got to do that to me?
Yeah.
Speaking my language.
Yeah.
I was about to say. Well, and we did find out that the food tonight provided up in the press box was by the culinary arts class here at Knox Community High School. So the beef and noodles provided by the culinary arts class, shout out to them. Also, shout out to the Knox Redskin Brigade. They are participating at state tomorrow. And head coach Russ Radke brought it up on the Saturday Sports Line last week. He brought it up in the KVB Coaches Corner interview tonight. He is in full support of the bit. Of course, he played the alto saxophone.
That's right. I heard him say that. Oh, here we go.
Next play, 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for the Knights. Fimble out of the gun. Osmond sets his man in motion, takes the snap, looks to throw, fires, has his man, and he dropped it. It was Lucas Marr just short there. Man, he's having trouble connecting on some of those passes, Chris.
Yeah, ball just got away from him a little bit there. The crown of the field might be affecting because, tell you what, Knox does have a severe crown to this football field. And I'm looking at Max Preps here. I'm looking at a score, if this is right. At halftime, Pioneer leads Taylor 6-0.
Wow.
All right.
And they would be awaiting the winner of LaVille, North Judson, St. Pierre, if I'm not mistaken, Chris.
That's correct.
Fimble out of the gun, hands off to Osmond. He outruns a tackle, crosses the 50-yard line, pushed out of bounds at the 48. A flag flies here.
Yeah, got a holding penalty on the Knights. So this one will be coming back.
That's a good one. 10 yards. Let's back it up. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Culver's Portside Marina is part of this broadcast. They can make sure your boat is ready for this winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. We appreciate their support toward helping continue this tradition. Off the assessed penalty, it makes it 2nd and 20. They push it back to the Knights 39. From shotgun, trips to the right. Fimble takes the snap. Quarterback Keat crosses the 40, now to the 30, 45 to the 48. So a good job by Fimble to just tuck and run on that one.
Yeah, defensive backs for the Redskins did a great job there. They had everybody covered. He had nobody open. He did the right thing by tucking and running. It's a third.
Yeah,
and
so
a
it's
long
3rd and 10 here for the Knights.
Any score there, Chris?
Still 24-0. I have at halftime North Miami leads Triton 21-7.
Fimble finds the screen. It's Brian Osmond crossing the 50 to the 45 to the 40, now to the 35, and he runs out of bounds. It will be enough, but another flag on the play here. It could be a first down unless this penalty is on the Knights.
Might have been a block in the back.
Yeah, block in the back there.
Yeah.
And you saw Mitch Fimble, the quarterback, kind of getting in to Sam Hogg, the freshman, number 64, on the miscommunication there.
Well,
or is that Mark Worthington?
Or it might have been Worthington.
Got 2 64s listed on the roster.
You're right. It may have been Mark Worthington, the senior, which would make more sense.
Either way, whichever one shot themselves in the foot, we appreciate it.
So this will make it 3rd and long here. They have to get to the Redskins 41. They are on their own 41. Mitch Fimble out of the gun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, fires, short. It'll bring up 4th down now. I assume they have to punt here with 3:56 to go in the first half.
That brings up 4th down for the Knights.
Yeah, sending in the punting unit here. So Knox with 3:55 left and 2 timeouts. Plenty of time to put another score on the board right before halftime.
So 4th and long, set to punt yet again tonight for the 3rd time are the Mishawaka Marian Knights. Deep to return is Jake Conroy. Snap, hold, punt, clean away, and it bounces at the 34 all the way to the 27. And that's where the Knights touch it, and the Redskins will take over.
3 minutes and 46 seconds before half. If the Redskins can get another score or at least run that clock out and go into halftime.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Also, LAP Waste is a woman-owned waste management company. Quick, reliable, next-day delivery service for dumpsters and containers. Get rid of your waste as easily and efficiently as possible. Call them at 574-542-4019 and waste less with LAP Waste. 1st and 10, ball spotted on their own 25. Miles McLaughlin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he gets wrapped up right at the 26-27, right at the line of scrimmage. You can tell that the Knights practiced on what the Redskins were wanting to run.
Yeah, it's just everybody has a difficult time trying to stop it, even though you know what they're doing. It's tough to do. And it's very fun to watch.
It is fun. Nothing gained on that play. Clock continues to tick. 3:15 to go in the first half. The Redskins lead 12-0. Out of the gun, Miles McLaughlin takes the snap. Quarterback keep up the left side this time. Tripped up at the 28. Nothing going on on that exact play again. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 again. I don't think he gained anything, guys.
He got about a yard, maybe. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, you got a couple there. kind of surprised that Mishawaka Marian's not using one of their 3 timeouts here to try to save some time with this being third and long.
I was thinking the same thing, but maybe they'll wait till after this play to see if they stop him, because it seems to be on third down we are converting very, very well.
3rd and 8. He gained 2 on the last play. Twins to the left. McLaughlin out of the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, crosses the 35. Met by a Knight at the 40, spins out of it, still on his feet to the 43. It will be a first down for the Knox Redskins because Miles McLaughlin didn't give up.
Yeah, and you've seen the offensive lineman downfield, Hayden Smith, the center. He was still blocking a guy out in front of Miles. It's so awesome to watch him play. They don't give up, and that, I think, Chris, that answered what we were thinking about. Is I think Mishawaka was waiting to see what happened after that third down, whether they wanted to waste a timeout or not, or utilize a timeout, I should say.
1st and 10. From shotgun, McLaughlin takes it, flag flies. He gets to the 49, and now there's some extracurriculars going on the field.
Number 50 from Mishawaka Marian gave him a forearm shiver when he's on the ground. The official was standing right on top of that and shook his head no. I'm not sure if he was blinked or something at that very moment, but that should have definitely been a penalty.
Yeah, it might have been the senior Eric Logan, along with number 51 of the Redskins. That's Hayden Smith, the center. So they're going to call this penalty. Before that, though, it was something that they saw right as the play snapped, Chris.
Yeah, the holding on the Redskins. So 1st and 20 here for Knox.
Only thing really good about that is now we get the clock running again with 2 minutes and 13 seconds. We can run this clock out. Mishawaka is going to have to call a timeout if they want to stop it.
Under center, McLaughlin hands off to Conroy up the middle. He gets to the 36. So the defense for the Mishawaka Marian Knights has really amped up here. Under 2 minutes to go. The clock continues to roll. The Knights have not used any of their 3 timeouts in this half. The Redskins have burned 1 of 3. It'll be 2nd and 18 here with 1:40 to go in the half. Five seconds on the play clock. They need to get this one and go. From shotgun, McLaughlin takes the snap, hands off to Conroy. He's met at the line of scrimmage. The Knights snuffed it out immediately, brings up 3rd down, and now they are calling the timeout. You see head coach Mike Davidson running over to the far sideline, Judge Chris. Finally, he stops the clock at 1:20 here.
Yeah, again, but as a head coach there, you want to be in that hip pocket of that official just in case you get a stop like that, to be able to call that timeout, because it took him 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. They wasted way too much time in between those 2 plays where they could have utilized one of them timeouts earlier and still have more time left on the clock. There's only 1:20 left, and if the Redskins could manage to pull out a first down here or just keep the clock running and make them use their other timeouts, they'll still be in the driver's seat. Because Mishawaka, like you said earlier, Mitch, they're going to start out second half with the ball.
Yep.
So it's crucial that we don't give up a score here.
Some other area teams for WYMR, that's Max 98.3 FM. Their Bremen Lions are trailing Andrean 27-0. Max 98.3's Triton Trojans are trailing North Miami 21-7. Of course, Max 98.3 is in North Judson to see the Blue Jays take on the LaVille Lancers. Last score update we had was the Blue Jays leading 24-0. Back in our game here on 99.3, the Redskins lead 12-0. 1:20 to go, 3rd and 16. The Redskins have it on their own 36. Spread formation here. McLaughlin out of the gun, all alone. Quarterback keep up the middle, crosses the 40, out of the 45, still on his feet to the 49, brought down. It'll be shy of the first down. The Knights will burn their 2nd of 3, stopping the clock at 1:12, Chris.
Yeah, again, but nice call there. Spread the formation and just a little quarterback sneak, quarterback draw right there. It's going to be fourth and a long 4, short 5 for the Redskins. So 1:12 left. I tell you what.
I think a punt would be in store. Wouldn't you think, Chris, here?
I would think. But you know, Russ has won 412 games, so whatever he decides, I'm going to go with.
Another score update that we've kind of been keeping our eye on in the background because who knows what could happen down the road. But Crown Point leads Penn right now, Chris, 20-0.
Yeah, it's not shocking. I tell you what, Crown Point, I think, was in the state championship game last year, and they are better this year than they were last.
Northwood beating Mishawaka 14-7.
I think the Redskins are going to try to draw them off sides here.
4th and 4. Redskins lining up to go for it. But like Jim said, they might just be trying the hard count here. Now he looks to the near sideline. It didn't work. McLaughlin. Will he reset? They're just going to call a timeout. So now both teams have burned 2 timeouts in this half with 1:11 to go. They don't want to allow too much space, I'd assume. They don't want to just let the Knights take it there. They might want to try and pin them deep.
Yeah, that's when there's not much time left with 1:11. Just punt it, pin them deep, and keep them at their end of the field. They also might have wanted to look to see how Mishawaka was lining up against us because a quarterback sneak there, he might have gotten it. There was nobody over the center. But so we'll see what they do here.
Zingo Express of Knox is a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Collins Insurance is part of the broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins here told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. 4th and 4, the Redskins are lining up to go for it. McLaughlin from shotgun, Conroy to his right. Conroy will run off the field now. They must have had too many men. And now you see head coach Russ Radke with his hands in his head. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it, Chris.
He just screamed, "What are we doing?"
Yeah, we can hear it all the way up here.
Especially out of a timeout. I don't know how you not get the right personnel out on the field.
Well, you can't roll those timeouts over to second half, so that's okay in that sense. But with 1:12 left, we need a smart play here.
Come on, boys.
So off the Knox third burn timeout. It still is 4th and 4, 1:12 to go in the first half. They lead Mishawaka Marian 12-0 here on KVB's WKVI. McLaughlin, he is going to punt it. He will punt it, and it'll bounce right in front of Chris McGowan at the 25 out of bounds. So that's where they'll spot it at the 24th, maybe the 25-yard line.
30.
Oh, my gosh. They are giving them 5 extra yards.
The angle there, yeah, that's about right. About the 30-yard line.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So they are counting it at the 30-yard line. That's where the Knights will take over with 1:07 to go here in the first half. They are trying to put something on the board as they get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Redskins need a big stop. You know they're going to go deep. 5 wide. Correction, 4 wide, 1 running back.
Thimble trips to the right, out of the gun, takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking to throw, fires, it's caught, first down and more, to the 45, breaks a tackle, spins out, now to the 50, to the 45, and he's tackled on the other side of the field. A big-time run, a big-time pass play, I should say, then the run. That is Joe Boone, the senior, on the reception, or no, is that number 11? Terrence Lane.
Number 11.
Yeah, Terrence Lane. So now hurry up offense, under a minute to go. 1st and 10, ball spotted on the Knox Redskin 43. Out of the gun, Mitch Fimble takes the snap, looks to throw, has his man far side of the field. It's number 1, Deuce Owens. He gets it about 6 yards on the pass, and I think he stepped out of bounds, stopping the clock at 40.5 seconds.
Second down, long 5. That's okay. Redskins just got to keep the offensive players in front of them. Don't let them get behind you. Right, Chris? Do not let them get behind you.
Exactly. Keep everything in front of you and come up and make a tackle.
Thimble from shotgun takes a snap, rolls to the near sideline. Here he comes, looking for somebody. Now he's going to cut, tuck, and run. Crosses the 40, trying to get out of bounds, and he will. Stopping the clock at 30.5 seconds. Nothing going on that play. The Knox Redskins secondary did a good job along with the linebackers. Oh, he did not get out of bounds.
He did not get out of bounds, yeah.
So the Knights will burn their third and final timeout of this half. It stops it at 25 seconds. The ball will be spotted on the 41-yard line in Redskin territory. 3rd and 6 here, guys.
Did you see that tackle by Dominic Triska right there? Oh, my goodness.
I missed it.
He rode him like a bucking bronco right out of bounds. Took him down. Oh, does he wrestle? Because he should. Oh, my goodness.
We'll have to talk with Julio Cisneros.
Yeah. 25 seconds left to go. They got the ball on what?
Mitch, do me a favor. Tell Nathan I did hear him talk to me or call my name out about not being able to field that punt. I'm not as young as I used to be.
I'll let him know here in a minute. 3rd and 6. Thimble from shotgun. Trips to the right. Takes the snap on 3rd and 6. Steps back, looks to throw deep. Pass play down the middle. Ashton Walker will intercept it at the 10. Here he comes, near sideline, 15 to the 20, and he'll slide. Big time interception for the Knox Redskins. It snuffs out any opportunity the Knights were hoping to make happen there, guys. What a job.
Momentum and could be a game changer right there. That's big. That's big.
Yeah, if you're the Redskins here, Mishawaka Marian, no timeouts. Just line up in victory formation, take a knee, and get to halftime.
Well, we know this coach for Mishawaka Marian makes great adjustments at halftime. The Redskins got to be prepared because Mishawaka is going to come out with something different. We just got to keep playing our game, using the clock and putting the points on the board as we go.
And they will kneel the ball, meaning that is the end of the first half of this sectional championship round between the Knox Redskins and the Mishawaka Marian Knights. The Redskins lead the Knights 12-0. We'll see if Chris has an opportunity to chat with head coach of the Knox Redskins, Russ Radke. He's always so gracious with his time, especially when he's been up, but he's also talked to us when he's down. He talked about that last weekend on the Saturday Sports Line. He has talked to us when he is down, always gracious with his time, as it looks like Chris is working his way over. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Radke has to say here about that first half.
He's not completely happy.
He is not completely happy, but we will see if he will give a quick moment for Chris as he's checking something on the near sideline. 12-0, the Knox Redskins lead Mishawaka Marian. Mitch Columbia along with Jim Collins and Chris McGowan down on the field. As we will give Coach Radke plenty of time to go over with one of his assistants right now. There's something he's seeing on the tablet. You know, they have that tablet where it shoots the play down to coach immediately. He's definitely going over something he saw on the last few drives. It'll be interesting to see what it was that he might want to tighten some things up. I'd be interested to hear what he has to say here. But a great evening here tonight, under 50 degrees, 49 degrees. It's cold, it's crisp, it's clear, but a beautiful night for Indiana high school football.
Absolutely. You said it just right. Maybe Chris will get some insight here.
Let's go down to the field with Chris McGowan. It's head coach Russ Radke.
All right, Coach, what'd you see there on the tablet?
Our blocking schemes are messed up a little bit. Got to get them straightened up inside. Guys are worried too much about the inside rather than the outside. We'll get it right.
Hey, nice defensive stand there right before halftime. Nice interception, caused a turnover. Mishawaka Marian's going to get the ball here to start the second half. What adjustments do you see the Knights making here against your offense?
Well, the schemes are there. We can still see whether or not which man front they're in. I don't think our linemen are listening and getting up the scheme. We'll go get the blocks right now. I'm going to work on the inside.
All right, good luck second half, Coach.
That is our sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan with head coach of the Knox Redskins, Russ Radke, as the Redskins lead the Mishawaka Marian Knights 12-0. We're taking a break. The KVB halftime show is up next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winamac. Call 574-946-6894.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
To nothing's the score here in the KVB halftime show. I'm Mitch Columby. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. I am accompanied by sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan. Let's check in with him real quick. Chris, Russ Radke, all business right now.
Yeah, he's all business. I tell you what, 12-0, you feel like Knox has been in control of this game, but Mishawaka Marian there right before halftime, before they threw the interception, started to get a little bit of momentum offensively. But again, you know, he talked about he kept running the same play on that tablet over and over and over again, just taking a look at the blocking scheme up front. And so, you know, you've got 48 years of experience there, and head coach Russ Radke, he'll go in, draw it up on the board and get everything changed and make sure that Knox understands, you know, how they're going to block the different fronts that Mishawaka Marian has given them.
You know, the Redskins defense has shown strong tonight, but also they haven't really let's just say this. They still put points on the board, but they just haven't had their way with the Knights like they've had with a lot of their other competition the last several weeks. I don't think they're going to put 60 – well, I could be wrong, Chris, but it doesn't feel like this is a night where the Redskins get 50-plus points on the board.
No, I mean, they're having to work. They're going to have to drive the ball. You know, Knox has been getting used to the last several weeks of just big play after big play after big play. You know, heck, last week they had 0 chances inside the red zone. Everything came outside the red zone. Everything was 45, 50 yards plus for the Redskins offensively. So that's not going to happen tonight. This Mishawaka Marian defense is too good and too fast to bust the big plays. So Knox is going to have to be patient offensively and take those 3 or 4 yards and be happy with it.
Now, flip sides, if you're Mishawaka Marian here, you're down 12, you get the ball to start the third. What does your halftime speech sound like if you're Mike Davidson?
Just the fact that, hey, we're down 12-0. We get the ball, start the second half. We just got to go down and score. I would like to see Mishawaka Marian actually establish the run game a little bit more because they've had some success with that. But again, it's a 2-possession game. You get the ball, start the third quarter. So again, you come out, you get some points on the board. It's a 1-possession game. All you got to do is figure out how to get another stop.
Well, we have a lot of football left. This game is not over at all, Chris, would you say?
Oh, no, this game's far from over.
Yeah, a lot of things could change here. And, of course, we're keeping our eye on our other game on Max 98.3 with Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee. I've been told the Blue Jays have scored yet again, leading LaVille 32-0. So the Blue Jays taking care of business right now. Chris, how do you feel about it?
Feel pretty good. 32-0 with 14 seconds left to go in the second quarter. So North Judson well in control of that game over on the other side of the county.
Well, I'll let you enjoy a little bit of the halftime, Chris. I've got a guest up here in the booth. It's Doug Casera. Doug, it's an honor to have you on the call. Of course, you've done plenty of games with Tony the Boss Ross over the years over there in Plymouth at our other station at Max 98.3. But that's not all you do. Of course, you are very involved at one of the churches that Tony had went to every Sunday.
Yeah, Plymouth Westland. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you've known Tony for a long time.
Long time. And I was thinking at his funeral, I was trying to remember how long ago it had been since I met that rascal.
Yeah.
But, we go back a long ways. And, Tony was one of those guys that you couldn't help but like.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was a real shocker, when he passed. He stood beside me every Sunday morning and sang, and it was just, there's been a big hole right there now.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, my gosh, it's just a little tough to get used to, But, life goes on, and so, you just try to make the best of it and go.
Well, and you've called a lot of games over the years, and you're familiar with Plymouth sports, I know, but also Marshall County sports as a whole. It's an honor to have you here tonight. What are you doing here, first off?
Well, I was debating on what game to go see, because my wife is a Blue Jay. And I didn't know she.
Well, that's right. You told me she graduated with Russ.
She graduated with Russ, yeah.
Wow.
And so, so I know Russ a little bit, So it was just I was debating. Okay, do I want to go watch Mishawaka and Northwood, or do I want to drive clear down to Judson? And then I saw, Knox is playing at home.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll just come over here to this one.
Well, it's great.
And then I forgot about the time change.
Yeah. Well, and you didn't know I'd be putting you to work.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
He's listening to 98.3 to give me score updates as well.
Shoot. Yeah, so it's fun. But, I enjoyed doing that with Tony. I was on the air last year doing Plymouth games, doing color. And so this year that kind of fell apart, with Giant FM. And so this year, Tony says, well, I'll put you to work working with us a little bit, just doing halftime and post-game reports. And so, that worked out pretty well. So it was fun. So I got to see some different football around the area. But, in my estimation, golf, football, and basketball are the three greatest sports ever invented. So beyond that, you can have all the rest of them. But I just love high school sports and college sports. These kids, and especially in the high school level, they're just out there to have fun, learn the game. A lot of them are still learning the game, even when they're juniors and seniors. And it's just fun to watch them develop and grow. There's a couple kids on the Plymouth team that I've known ever since they were little.
Sure.
And it's just kind of like, oh, my gosh. I mean, and now they're like sophomores and juniors.
Right.
And it's like, whoa, man,
Time flies.
and now they're beasts. I mean, they're real beasts. And just to watch these kids grow up. So, if you haven't been to a high school game for a while, you need to go. I mean,
the excitement's there.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
And with you listening to the call with Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee, anything stand out from what you're hearing on their broadcast?
Well, it looked like Judson was really taking charge the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, LaVille couldn't score. They had a couple penalties that cost them. But the LaVille defense really came on strong in the second quarter, and they gave up a touchdown with just like 10 or 12 seconds left in the second quarter to make it 32-0. But they actually did play better second quarter, so maybe that'll help them in the second half. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well, what is your wife's first name? I'll have to.
Her name is Linda.
Well,
yeah,
I will run that by Coach Radke.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
It's a small enough school they have to remember.
Their birthdays are a day apart.
And his birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
So her birthday was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to your wife.
Yeah. So everybody calls her Mama Linda. Yeah, so
well, you knew if you come to the press box and you come to say hi to a radio guy, you're most likely going to be put
to work.
So I appreciate you helping us out
yeah.
tonight, Doug. It means a lot, and get on the air tonight. You ever been on WKVI?
I don't believe I have.
Well, now you can cross it off the list.
There you go.
You've been on Max. You've been on WKVI. We're making it happen.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I figure ESPN's going to be looking for me in a second.
Yeah. I've been waiting on that call for years, Doug. It's not coming.
It's not coming either. Darn. Well, I always told everybody, that some of us have faces for radio.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. They won't allow us on television. Right. Although I was.
Your voice, your singing voice. And I've heard about Tony's singing voice. I never heard him sing.
Yeah.
But your singing voice we heard at his funeral. You got some pipes.
Well, thank
on
you.
You got
Thank
some
you.
pipes on
For
you.
For a 74-year-old guy, I don't think I do too bad.
You do very well. Well, it's an honor to talk with you, Doug.
Yeah,
we appreciate
it's very,
you being here.
very nice talking
Hope
to you
don't
too.
Run
Thank
off
you.
Now. Don't run off.
Oh no, we're gonna stick around. We're gonna stick around. There's a lot of football to go here yet, so hey. But yeah, I've got family over here. I always joke with everybody that I got kicked out of Stark County when I was 6 months old, and so I don't know what that means. But
I don't know what that
but
means.
my Singletons, Rich Singleton and Judy.
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
Okay.
And his mom and my mom were sisters.
Wow.
And so but Aunt Dorothy and Uncle Don used to have Sharon's Restaurant out in North Town there.
Sure.
Yeah, and so so I've been in Knox a long time.
You said you ran into Harold Welter a while back.
Oh yeah,
at Walmart.
last Christmas. Yeah, last Christmas.
And you said you didn't know him until
he spoke.
And then you said,
"I know that voice."
That's
you pay
awesome.
attention. You're pretty good. You pay
Absolutely.
attention. But yeah, and we had a nice talk. It was just really nice to talk with a legend. I mean,
Absolutely.
and that man is a legend. I mean, my gosh,
I called him that to his face a couple weeks ago, and he didn't like it. Luckily, we had Tim Roth, the historic coach from Winamac, and he backed me up. He said, "Yes, you are, Harold.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are."
Well, we had a chance. We were doing the game last year with Penn and Plymouth.
Uh-huh.
And this older guy comes down, starts talking to one of the other guys, our engineer. And I said, "Who are you?" And he says, "George Griffith." I said, "George Griffith? I know you. You used to coach at LaSalle, back in the day." Yeah. And in '82, when Plymouth won it all, LaSalle played Plymouth in the Plymouth gym and beat them.
Wow.
And then they were ahead of us in the Fort Wayne semi-state that year, and we came back and knocked them off. And then went on to win the state.
Wow.
But, I always tell everybody, if Plymouth had not lost that last game, I don't think they would have won the state that year. That put a bad taste in their mouth.
It brought them back.
It was just so nice to talk to George. I mean, after, not seeing him for years.
Sure.
And, he coached at LaSalle, and then he went to Richmond and coached there until he retired. But, he says, well, he's got to be 80-something now. But it was just so cool, and some of the coaches that I've seen over the years. I'm 74 years old now, and
you've been there and done that.
Oh, I've watched a lot of these coaches around and know some of them, and my gosh, it's just great. But folks, it's like I said, high school sports is just where it's at. If you haven't been to a game for a while, you got to go.
Yeah, well, we sure do miss Tony, and it's an honor to see you, Doug. Thanks for bringing it.
Well, thank you.
Coming on the air with us and keeping an ear out on that 98.3 game.
You betcha. It's fun. It's always fun to listen to two games at once.
Absolutely. All right, Doug Casera, we appreciate him and his time. Means a lot. As we're going to take a quick break and come back, the KVB halftime show continues. 12-0. The Knox Redskins lead the Mishawaka Marian Knights.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
Do you know what to do when you see a down power line? The answer is very simple. Stay far away. The folks at Kankakee Valley RAMC want you to know that down power lines can be very dangerous. Even if they come off the power pole, they still may be energized. Call 911 and wait for instructions from the fire department or power company. The folks at Kankakee Valley RAMC want to keep you safe.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551. Ask for Tina. That's if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue this tradition. Second half action coming your way on KVB's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
24 4 minutes away from a sectional championship here on KVB's WKVI. Mitch Columbia along with sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan, special guest Jim Collins. So glad you've joined us. The tradition continues. The Knox Redskins lead 12-0 over Mishawaka Marian. Let's check in with our sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan. Well, Chris, here we go.
Yeah, Knox is going to kick off here to Mishawaka Marian. Mishawaka Marian's going to get the ball here. Knox is going to have to come out defensively here with a strong statement because I think this first possession of the second half could dictate how this game ends up.
If you're Mishawaka Marian, Jim, what has to happen on this first drive for you?
Well, you have to come out and do like what we say Knox needs to do. You need to punch them in the mouth, let them know you're still here. They need to make a few plays and get the first down, get a few first downs, then get down here and score. Otherwise, if Knox can and put a stop to it, then the game will be back in their hands.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Jake Conroy with that leg set to kick here, and deep to return will be well, they're not out there on the field quite yet. I guess they added some time on the clock. Is that what you were yelling at us for, Chris?
Yeah, they always run the clock down to 0, and then you put an extra 3 minutes on the clock. The officials for a minute were trying to get them to put the 3 minutes on the clock to start it.
We're just having too much fun up here. We're not ready.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but it's nothing new. It's been since the dawn of time. That's how it's been done at halftime. So
can't say it enough. The Redskins really got to come out the second half and just like they started the game, play the same way. Just come out and hit them as hard as you can hit them and let them know that you're in charge. This is our field, and that sectional crown's going to go right on that big K out there.
Redskins in all red, top to bottom with that navy blue trim. And I've kind of tracked down a story maybe both of you can confirm. There was an area school that consolidated to Knox where their main color was that blue. Am I correct in saying that?
Chris, you may know. I seems like I heard something about that, but I have no knowledge.
Yes, I don't remember which school it was.
Feel free to text us here. My phone number is 574-806-6844. If you know what that is, we'll share
Harold
it with
Walter
everyone.
would know.
Harold's going to text me in a
All
minute,
right, Harold.
I guarantee it.
Giddy up, Harold. Let us know.
As we're winding down, the halftime clock set to kick is Jake Conroy. Deep to return is number 0, Joe Boone. And on the far side of the field, I want to say that's looks like maybe number 12 here, Simon Smith. Conroy. He likes to get a big-time running start. So much momentum with his kicks. As we are underway for the second half, a booming kick back to, through the hands, picked up by number 11, Terrence Lane. He goes to the far side of the field, and he gets to the 29. It originally was Simon Smith who almost had it, hits him in the chest, and it bounces forward. Luckily, Terrence Lane was there and sweeps, picks it up, and makes it happen.
That was actually Brian Osmond that hit off his chest plate there.
Thank you.
Luckily, Terrence Lane was Johnny on the spot and was able to pick that up and pick up a few yards there on the return.
That blue color thing we were talking about with the Redskins, I'm going to guess California Township.
I think you're right. I'm pretty sure it was a smaller high school, I was told, that consolidated with Knox, and that's why they had that little blue trim. Mishawaka, white jerseys, blue bottoms as the next plays a handoff to Osmond up the middle. He may get 3 yards on the carry. They'll spot it at the 34, bringing up second down here.
I like that call, though. Again, you got to keep this Knox Redskin defense off balance. If you get to the point where you're just throwing the ball every time, you're going to allow these 4 defensive linemen to peel their ears back and come after you.
I'm being told by Brad Schilling, it's Center Township, the Blue Streaks. Says he lives in Yonkers, New York. We appreciate you tuning in tonight, Brad. As here's the snap, handoff to Osmond up the right side to the far side of the field. It'll bring up 3rd and short here. Using Osmond, like you said, Chris, get the running game going.
Yeah, a little speed option there by the Knights, and I like that. So third and a very long one here for the Knights.
Oh, that looks like the adjustment they made at halftime. They're going to try to run the ball and make a statement.
Next play, out of the gun, Fimble takes the snap. Osmond again trying to get the first down, and he will get it all the way to the 43. It moves the chains for a Mishawaka Marian first down, and here comes Harold Welter, guys. He confirms Brad Schilling. It is Center Township Blue Streak School. He said it burned down in the middle of the 1943 school year. It was while Harold Weinberg was a student. Connecting the dots, Harold Weinberg Gymnasium.
Yeah.
Wow. Next play, steps back, Fimble, cuts up, tuck and run, all the way to the 49. Ooh, little cavalier with that ball handling there, Chris.
Yeah, just doing a little pump fake there, trying to make the defender jump in the air. I think he's going to pass it when he was well past the line of scrimmage. But again, hey, it worked for him. He didn't fumble it, so second and a long 4 here for the Knights.
10:20 to go here in the third. 12-0, Redskins lead. Out of the gun, Fimble takes the snap, hands off Osmond up the middle, gets to the 48, still fighting, all the way to the 46. He's brought down. They are trusting the run game right now. They heard Chris McGowan talk about it at halftime, and they will move the chains for a Knights first down.
Yeah, the Knights there sent Terrence Lane in motion there. He went deep motion and could have ran a little triple option there. Knox didn't have anybody on the pitch back, so look for that play maybe to come back later.
Out of the gun, Fimble sets his man in motion, takes a snap. Osmond again up the middle. He'll get tackled at the 42.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Or just knocking off 4, 5, 6, 7 yards of carry right now.
Brings up 2nd and 5. 9:20 to go here in the third. Marian being a lot more careful here on this drive. They want points now. Trips to the left, out of the gun, takes a snap, fires, near sideline, caught by Deuce Owens near the 32, wrapped up by Miles McLaughlin, Jake Conroy, and I believe number 33. That is Keegan Everidge.
Thought Keegan was going to jump that route there and make that interception. Wow.
Yeah, I tell you what, Deuce Owens there just waited for that ball to get to him. I thought Keegan was going to step in front of it too and take it to the house. If you're Deuce, you got to keep working back to the football, not wait for it.
Next play, 3rd and 1. They need a yard. Option to Osmond, near sideline, cuts back up to the 30. He will get the first down, tackled at the 28, and here come the Knights.
Yeah, again, speed option there by the Knights, and big first down. So this running game of Mishawaka here getting some momentum on their side.
Yeah, they're getting the plays in quick, and they're running it quick.
Next play, Fimble out of the gun, rolls to the far side of the field, trying to find somebody, and he throws it away, bringing up 3rd down here.
That'll be 2nd down. Yeah, didn't like what he saw there, rolled him out. Didn't like the read there, so he just got rid of it and threw it over the receiver's head out of bounds.
Mishawaka doing a hurry-up offense. The coach is calling in the plays, and all the receivers and linemen are looking at their wristbands to see what play they're calling.
Next play, out of the gun, Fimble sets his man in motion, takes the snap, hands off the keeps it himself, throws out. It is Terrence Lane cutting up, gets to the 20, tackled at the 19, close to that first down marker.
I was wondering when they were going to throw that little route there. It's like the 4th time they've had Terrence Lane go in motion like that, and then spin back around and run out to the flat, swing on out. And this time they actually threw the swing route.
Trips to the left. They are moving quickly here. The Knights They're saying we need it now. Mitch Fimble out of the gun, takes the snap, hands off to Osman up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, trying to get a yard, tackled at the 16. Bringing up third down. Oh, they're moving the chains. He does get the first down. That was 3rd and 1. He needed a yard, and he got it, guys.
Well, this is the adjustment they made, and so far it's working for them. Get the Redskins on their heels. We need a stand right here, a defensive stand. Big play.
A lot of time is ticked off here in the third, coming up on 7 minutes to go. He tried to find Brian Osmond in the flat. Little screenplay there, Chris. He wasn't expecting it.
Well, it looked like Miles McLaughlin just did a good job of taking that lead blocker there, the receiver, who was number 7, Aiden Hansen, and just blew him back into that pass.
It almost looked like a lateral pass. The officials blew the whistle pretty quick.
Pretty close to being a backwards lateral.
Trips to the left again. Mitch Fimble out of the gun, takes a snap. Osman up the right side, and there are a bunch of Redskins to bring him down. He will gain maybe 2 to 3 yards. But the Redskins are crashing, and crashing well they are.
Tackle made by Easton Dixon and Dean Weber.
Oh, 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. They've ate up a lot of this clock of this third period. If the Redskins can hold them out of the end zone right here, this will be a big stand. 3rd down and a long 7.
Mishawaka has 2 downs to get this, though.
Redskin Nation making noise, stomping their feet out of the gun. Fimble.
That's a lateral. Go! Oh, they blew the whistle. That was a lateral. That should be a pick 6. That should be 6 points for the Redskins.
Wow. Dropped the lateral, which would have been a fumble. The near sideline judge, a little antsy, blows the whistle. The entire coaching staff for the Knox Redskins is beside themselves. They're brushing it off, though, and readjusting. It's 4th down here, 4th and 7, and Redskin Nation is getting loud. Trips to the left. Mitch Fimble, they're going for it. Osmond to his left, takes the snap, steps back, fires, has his man. It's number 11, Terrence Lane. It might be short.
He may be short.
He is.
He's short.
He is short, and the Redskins hold strong.
Big momentum change there, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our sponsors and our fans for listening in. Let's hold on and let's ride this out to a sectional victory tonight. Let's go, Redskins.
Big time stop, a turnover on downs. It will be at the 6 or 7 yard line, deep in Redskin territory. That's where they will take over. And you're right, Jim. The momentum is on the Redskin side.
Let's keep it going. Let's get a first down right here.
6:20 to go in the third. The Redskins lead 12-0. Out of the gun, Miles McLaughlin takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Oh, he slips on the ground, and that's what we talked about a little earlier. We dipped below 50 degrees here in Knox. It's now 48, and Chris mentioned in the first half, dew was already accumulating on that grass. Is it even gotten worse, Chris?
Oh, yeah, the grass is definitely a lot more wet, that's for sure. And McLaughlin did a good job of he slipped, but he kept his balance and was able to get 2 yards on that, or it could have been a loss of 2.
Yep.
So 2nd and 8, 5:45 to go in the third. McLaughlin will take it from shotgun, 9-man front. Takes the snap, quarterback keep, up the right side, cuts back to the middle, crosses the 12, all the way to the 15, and that's where he's tackled, bringing up 3rd down now.
That was a great run. It's 3rd down and a long 2 here. If we can get a first down here, that'll get us out into the open field, and we can maybe open up the playbook a little bit. If that's such a thing. Is that such a thing?
I would agree. Yes, it is. Never question. 3rd and 2, McLaughlin. Quarterback keep, up the middle, stopped near the line of scrimmage.
Ooh.
I don't know if he's going to get the first here.
He might be just a little short.
They might bring out the chains.
Lucas Primos in on the tackle for the Knights.
Oh, yep. They're going to measure, it looks like. You're right, Chris.
Officials timeout.
That's the first time I've ever seen the officiating crew actually throw the ball all the way over to the sideline, Judge, and have him spot it on the sideline.
That doesn't make sense.
He's got it.
So they will
First down, Redskins.
move the chains for the Knox Redskins. It was just enough. From our angle, it looked like it was at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Chris has got a great angle. He's right there on it. From here, it looks like we might have been about a foot or two short.
I love
got it by half the football.
I
Good
love
deal.
having you down there, Chris. It just brings another element. So it'll be 1st and 10, 4:30 to go in the third. The Redskins have it deep in their own territory at the 16. From the gun, hits McLaughlin, handing off to Conroy. He crosses the 20 to the 21. The Knights are really stepping up defensively here.
Yeah, but again, you can't give up 3 or 4 yards every carry, because Knox will take that all day long and just eat this clock up and go into, put another touchdown on the board. 3 scores right now would be like being up 50-0.
I like how the Redskins are taking their time, getting set, executing their play. 2nd down and about 7.
McLaughlin from shotgun takes the snap, keeps it himself, waiting for the hole to develop. It never came. The Knights read it well. The tackle I saw there was number 50, Eric Logan, the senior.
Tackle made by Wyatt Legas.
We assume it is Eric. Could be Wyatt Legas. There's 2 number 50s on the field.
Correction, tackle made by Eric Logan.
You just don't know. You assume it'd be the senior, but you're not really sure. So it'll be 3rd and 7 here. The Redskins having some trouble. From the gun, McLaughlin takes a snap, pulls the handoff, keeps it himself, crosses the 22 to the 24. It'll bring up 4th down here, guys. Do you go for it, Chris?
No.
Do you go for it, Jim?
It's 4th and a long 2, and it's early. You got the lead. Punt it away and put it back on your defense.
We saw Miles McLaughlin punt it earlier. He started out of the gun, then he jumps back a few steps, catches it to give him space, and then he punted it away. We'll see what they do here. It looks like they may – nope, there he does the same thing. He will punt this one away. He gets it clean away. It bounces
Nobody back
at
for
the
the
36, rolls to the 30, and it rolls out of bounds at the 25. Yeah, the Knights had nobody back there.
Yeah, that worked out great.
So the Knights will take over at the 26-yard line here, Chris.
Yeah, good execution there by McLaughlin there with that little pooch punt, and got a nice roll, nice bounce. And so Knox did what they needed to do. They flipped the field position starting back. That drive started all the way back on their own 6. So good job there by the Redskins. They didn't come away with points, but flipping the field position.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter.
So the Knights will have it for the 2nd time on offense in this quarter. Both defenses of each team hold strong here to start the third, burning close to 10 minutes. No score. 12-0, the Redskins
Reverse.
lead, but that was in the first half. As here's the reverse. It's number 11, Terrence Lane, far side of the field. He will get the first down, going out of bounds at the 36, 37-yard line. Pulled that play out of the playbook, Chris. They probably were holding on to it until they needed it, and they decided now was the time.
I have a score update from Pioneer in the fourth quarter. Taylor has taken the lead 22-6 over the Panthers.
Wow. Back in our game, 1st and 10. Fimble takes a snap, hands off to Osmond, gets through the hole all the way to the 41. They're trusting Brian Osmond right now, the senior. Second half is underway on our other station, KVB's WYMR. That's Max 98.3 FM with Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee. They are witnessing the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays host the LaVille Lancers for a sectional championship. That's on Max 98.3 FM. We always say flip back and forth to stay up to speed in your local area. KVB has got you covered. Back in our game, 2nd and 6, out of the gun, Mitch Fimble. Twins to the left, takes the snap. Looks to throw, moves up into the pocket, tuck and run to the 45, now to the 48, and that's where he's brought down. Smart play by Mitch. He does the right thing as he will move the chains for a Knights first down.
A score from Andrean in the third quarter. The Andrean 59ers lead the Bremen Lions 28-0.
Wow.
Mishawaka Marian staying with that hurry-up offense.
Trips to the left. Fimble sets his man in motion, takes a snap, steps back, looks to throw, rolls to the far side of the field, has to get rid of it. He does.
Oh, maybe
Ashton
intercepted.
Walker came up with the interception.
Oh, no.
Oh, they called him out of bounds.
Same was out of bounds.
That would have been his second of the night. And we've seen him the last few weeks. Ashton Walker is a ball hawk. And now there is a Redskin on the field. We hope it's just a cramp here, as they will take a injury timeout onto the field, stopping the clock at 45.1 seconds to go in the third. We haven't seen a score in this second half. 12-0, the Redskins lead the Knights.
He's up.
As that is Dominic Triska, number 71. He will get up under his own power and walk to the near sideline. As we remind you to stop by Papa Farm Pizza after the game for fresh ingredients that separates their pizza from any others. That's Papa Farm Pizza, downtown Knox. Call 574-772-5888 to place your order now. It's pizza worth driving for.
Hopefully he's okay and he can walk that off. My dad would say rub some dirt on it, it'll be okay.
You need to say that more often. We've gone soft. Trips to the left, out of the gun. Fimble takes a snap, pitch out. It's Osmond up the right side of the 45 to the 40. Still on his feet near the first down marker. I think he will go out of bounds. Yes, enough to move the chains for a Knights first down. They'll spot it at the 41, guys.
Kind of funny, Jim. Your dad would say rub some dirt on it. My grandma used to say, don't you ever rub that. Don't you ever let anybody know you're hurt.
Yep.
Trips to the left, 1st and 10 for the Knights. Sets his man in motion. Mitch Fimble. Ooh, draws the Redskins offside on the hard count. They did exactly what the Redskins did to them in the first quarter. So they will assess the penalty, moving it forward 5 yards. It now spots it at the 36. So from the 41 to the 36, 1st and 5, 35.3 seconds to go here in the third. A sectional championship is on the line. Fimble from shotgun takes the snap, hands off Osmond up the right side, spins out of several tackles, and he gets all the way to the 27. Huge run by Osmond, Chris.
Yeah, did a good job of breaking that first tackle, spun out of it, and picked up about 7-8 yards there, and a first down for the Knights.
He's wiry.
He is wiry, and I think what happens is he's so small that you can't see him behind all those big offensive linemen. Here they go again.
From the gun, Fimble takes the snap, hands off to Osmond, juke move, crosses the 20 to the 15, and he's knocked down at the 13-yard line, and that will be the end. Oh. 8 seconds left. Now the clock continues to roll, and yes, that will be the end of the third quarter. 12-0, the Knox Redskins lead. Mishawaka Marian, fourth quarter action up next.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, agriculture has been a cornerstone of our business for more than 135 years. Our personal relationships within the ag community run deep for multiple generations. If you're looking for a financial partner that knows, understands, and supports agriculture, I'd love to hear from you. I'm Isaac Blue, Ag Banker at First Farmers. Come into our Knox, North Judson, or Culver branches, or visit us online at ffbt.com when you're ready to talk about growing your operation. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Hey, this is Russ Radke, head coach of the Knox Redskins. Stay tuned for more Redskin football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting, WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. McGrath Refrigeration, voted Stark County's favorite heating and air conditioning dealer, is your local Armstrong Air dealer. Call today, 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
Back at Community Field, Mitch Columbia along with Chris McGowan and Jim Collins. We go to the fourth quarter. 12-0, the Redskins lead the Mishawaka Marian Knights. As we are back in action, 1st and 10. Mitch Fimble out of the gun. Gets nowhere, and it is a sack in the backfield. Dominic Triska and Noah Boland on it, fellas.
I can see Chris down there licking his chops. He's wanting to get in there so bad.
He's a little cold. I think he's a little cold, aren't you, Chris?
Nope.
No? Oh, he likes it. He likes it. I figured you got a little quiet here in the last 10 minutes. 2nd and 12. Handoff to Osmond up the left side. The Redskins read it well. Ball comes loose. And the Knights will recover it. So it did come
ball
loose.
came loose there late.
Wow.
Big defensive stance right here again.
Huge. So this is 3rd and long. They have to get all the way to the 3-yard line to get a first down. Wow.
3rd and 20.
They need something here, the Knights, if they want to stay in this game. It's a long way from over, but now would be better than later. Fimble takes the snap, fires immediately, has his man, that's Aiden Hansen. Cuts up the middle all the way to the 10, and that's where he's brought down, maybe the 11-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down here. I assume you got to go for it, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah. Mishawaka did exactly what they needed to do there, make this 4th and manageable. You know, they picked up over half of what they needed to, so, again, now it's going to be 4th and 9. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line.
And it's obvious they must not have a kicker or don't want to kick here.
Well, field goal really doesn't do any good. It still makes the
2-possession game. From shotgun, Mitch Fimble takes the snap, rolls to the near sideline, out to his right, looking to throw, fires to the end zone. It's intercepted by Miles McLaughlin, and he'll slide in the end zone.
Big stop. That ball went through 2 Knox defenders, the receiver for Mishawaka Marian, and then into the hands of Miles McLaughlin. I thought he was going to try to run that out. I'm glad he kneeled down.
He got smart.
Most high school kids are not going to do that. And he's one kid I would have been okay with him running because, you know.
Sure. So, intercepted in the end zone, and a smart play by Miles McLaughlin. It'll spot it at the 20-yard line. And that's
I was just getting ready to scream, go down.
Well, it was near you as well. So now the Redskins will have it on their own 20-yard line, and they lead 12-0 with 9:56 to go in the ball game. They are under 10 minutes from making it a three-peat in terms of sectional championships here at Knox Community High School. Out of the gun, McLaughlin hands off. Jake Conroy getting pushed with a lot of help from the Redskins. He gets all the way to the 23, so 3 on the carry.
Keep that clock going. Keep those first downs coming. Hey, Mitch, I have some interesting stats here real quick.
Yes.
Try to get this in real quick. Both teams are not ranked in the top 15 in the media poll, but both teams beat teams that last week that were ranked in top 15.
Just makes you scratch your head when you see the rankings. 2nd and 7. Wonders makes you how they do it.
Yeah.
Quarterback keep up the middle. It's Miles McLaughlin breaking to the near sideline to the 30. Still on his feet, wrapped up. Here comes help. That was Braden Smith on the secondary tackle there. He will get all the way to the 30-yard line, close to a first down here, and it is enough to move the chains for a Knox Redskin first down.
Got that Redskin train moving. Let's keep it going with 9 minutes left to go.
Score update on our other station, KVB's Max 98.3 FM. The Lancers get on the board, guys. The Jays lead 32-6, though. Back in our game, fresh set of downs for the Redskins. 8:45 to go. In the ball game, 12-0, they lead. McLaughlin out of the gun, takes the snap, hands off to Conroy, up the middle, and he found the hole all the way to the 36. Big time run. Every bit of 5, maybe 6 yards on the carry.
Like you said, just keep that clock moving. 4 or 5 yards on first down, you'll take that every time. Almost 8 minutes left here in the game.
Yeah.
Knox is in control, up 12-0.
And you better believe they like that clock continuing to tick.
Hang on to that football.
2nd and 5. McLaughlin from shotgun takes the snap. Quarterback keep up the middle, waiting for the hole to come alive. He found a half of one, gets all the way to maybe the 37. It'll bring up third down here. We thank the Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. 3rd and 3. Redskins need it. 7:20 to go. McLaughlin takes the snap. Quarterback keep again. Up the middle, still on his feet, tackled at the 41. So close to that first down marker. I mean, it's spotted right on it.
Oh, they might have to measure.
Wow. The officials are meeting at the 41-yard line to discuss this. They're
going to measure again.
They are going to measure again, as today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall. Keener Construction is proud to be a Knox Redskin alum. They are excited to witness the Redskins take the field each week this season. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. We go down to the field to Chris McGowan.
Yeah, Coach Radke just saying, hey.
They got it.
Got a first down by about a quarter of the football. And so that will get the clock moving here again as soon as I get the change set. But Coach Radke was doing his best, I don't know if we'll call it Bear Bryant, get lower than them and drive them out. Get this first down, but the measurement gives them the first down.
Ball on the 41-yard line in Redskin territory, 12-0. They lead the Mishawaka Marian Knights. 7 minutes to go in this sectional 25 championship round. McLaughlin from shotgun. Conroy to his left. Takes the snap. Quarterback keep again. Dancing around, waiting for the hole to happen. Gets to the 43. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
It's amazing to watch Miles and Jake Conroy run the ball because there appears to be no hole there whatsoever, but there's just a little sliver of light. They can make something out of nothing.
Score update from Max 98.3. The Jays get on the board again. They now lead LaVille 38-6. Running away with it,
nice.
Chris. From shotgun, Miles McLaughlin back in our game. 2nd and 7. Ball spotted on the 43. Takes a snap. Hands off. Conroy finds the hole. Spins around all the way to the 48. And Conroy is showing signs of life here.
Yeah, again, we are under 6 minutes to play now in the fourth quarter. Knox still hanging on to this 12-0 lead.
Real quick, a big-time fan of Knox, Wanda Landrum, put out there that let us know that California Township was the Yellow Jackets. Their colors were maroon and gold. Just in case.
Yellow Jackets were maroon and gold?
Yeah, okay. I didn't pick the colors. I'm just reporting.
I think Harold Welter might have something to say about that. Out of the gun, McLaughlin takes the snap, fighting around the edge, wrapped up by number 6. That was Braden Smith, the senior.
Made by Braden Smith.
It'll be shy of the first down, bringing up 4th. And there is a timeout on the field called by the Knights, as Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home here in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop, recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. L&D Farms is a proud sponsor of local high school sports. They are no stranger to hard work and dedication and recognize the structure and discipline that goes into playing sports and being part of a team. L&D Farms wishes all local teams good luck this season. 4th down for the Redskins. They need 3 yards to get the first. If you're the Knights and take the timeout, what are you communicating about here, Chris?
Well, number one, do not jump off sides if they try to go on a hard count. Move on movement. That's the big thing. Don't give them an automatic first down by a penalty. Secondly, they are putting I thought they had Terrence Lane back, but he's now moving forward here. So we'll see what's going to happen here, whether Knox is going to go ahead and line up and maybe do that pooch kick again with McLaughlin.
Yeah, with the amount of time left, 5 minutes and 14 seconds, that's playing it safe, and I would probably do that because I'm nervous like that.
On their own 48, McLaughlin will take the snap. Quarterback keep up the middle. He's going to get the first down and more. All the way to the 44. Snuck one in there quick.
Backbreaker.
Snuck one in there quick, Chris.
Gutsy call. I tell you what, though, but the way they lined up, they were definitely going to go for it there, because usually when they do the pooch punt, Conroy is actually standing next to the quarterback. But, again, just a gutsy call there by the Redskins, and a fresh set of downs here with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the game.
Time is on the Redskins side. As of now, they lead 12-0 over Mishawaka Marian. The Knox Reds. Oh, no. Botch snap. Fumble on the play. The Knights say they have it.
Yeah, they do.
And they do. Wow.
I was just going to say that last play was a backbreaker, but this is we got a player down.
Injured number 50. It looks like Eric Logan, we assume the senior here, down on the field near the 46. He is shaken up. Several officials came over and started waving frantically to the far sideline. We hope he's okay. As local union USW 9551 is a proud sponsor of local high school sports, they believe in the future of these young adults and wish them luck as they take on their opponents this season. Finally, Randall's Funeral Home of Hamlin and Coots Lake have been proud supporters of local high school sports since 1952. Contact them today at 574-867-3321. So he does get up under his own power and run to the far sideline. Just a quick little, maybe a Charlie horse or something, just kind of knocked the wind out of you.
Well, they have the ball on their own 46-yard line. This just gave them new life. The Redskins have really got to step up on the defense. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Play your best ball ever, boys, right here.
1st and 10 for the Redskins. For the Knights, my apologies. Thimble from shotgun, sets his man in motion, takes a snap, steps back, fires immediately. Intercepted by the Redskins! Miles McLaughlin skied high, and he comes up with the interception, and he's pumped up too. Let's go!
Big time play. We needed that.
Wow.
Let's take it home, boys.
Yeah, excellent read there by Miles McLaughlin, and climbed the ladder. I don't think the quarterback there for Marion thought he could jump that high.
You know, he jumped
great
so
play
high.
there by McLaughlin.
Yeah, and you know what? He jumped so high. It was so exciting. I felt the people at home giving us a big fist bump.
It was almost like an alley-oop type play.
It was awesome.
1st and 10 for the Redskins. See, I was one play off. Next play, handoff Conroy up the middle. Met by number 13, Mason Sminowski, the senior. He will gain several yards there on that carry. They'll spot it at the 45 here. 2nd and 5. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. And that clock continues to roll.
Yes, it does. They don't even need to score here. They just need to keep moving the ball.
A final, North Miami beats Triton 28-21.
Triton, WYMR team, that's Max 98.3 FM. Their season will come to a close. Tough loss for them. North Miami had a really good season. Still strong, too. Back in our game, up the middle, it looks like that was Miles McLaughlin getting it all the way to the 40-yard line. It looks like the LaVille Lancers put points on the board, I'm being told. 38-12 now is the score as North Judson St. Pierre leads. Of course, you can catch that game on our other station, Max 98.3 FM. And it is back in our game, enough to move the chains for a Knox Redskin first down. Big-time run by Miles McLaughlin up the gut.
Quick little another tidbit here. I got a confirmation on that maroon and gold colors because my Aunt Jewelry was a cheerleader back then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timeout Redskins.
So the blue came from somewhere. We don't know where.
No,
they said
no,
Center Township. Center Township right here had their own school.
I see. I see. So you were talking about another school.
Yeah, California Township. Which is,
how many schools did Stark County have at one time? My gosh.
Well, back before they consolidated, all the little towns had their own.
Still have 3.
Their own townships had them, you know. Well, similar like Oregon Davis, that's 2 township school.
Well, and then you think about all the high schools in Marshall County. There are so many high schools in Marshall County, 3 here in Stark County. That's amazing to me. Because, you know, I come from Rush County where we had one high school. We all consolidated in the 60s, and I went to the consolidated high school. We all were one high school. So it's just interesting up here how many schools have been able to stay alive throughout the years. It's really interesting.
Well, here we go. 40-yard line of the Knights.
1st and 10.
3 minutes to go. Let's run this clock out.
McLaughlin from shotgun. Conroy to his right. They get the whistle. He will take the snap. Hands off to Conroy. Dancing around with some Knights. Gets up to the 36. And that clock continues to roll. 2:50 to go here in the ball game. 12-0. The Redskins lead. They are so close. They are on the precipice of holding another sectional championship trophy. They're third in a row.
2.5 minutes.
Second.
Yeah, Mishawaka Marian's going to have to try to somehow force another turnover.
2nd and 6. McLaughlin from shotgun. Conroy to his left. Takes the snap. Quarterback keep. Up the middle. Breaks away all the way to the 30. And he's tackled at the 28. That is enough for a Knox Redskin first down. They will move the chains. They are getting so close here. And if you're Knox, you might just want to end the game here on this drive if you can make it happen.
Yeah, one more first down should do it. What do you think, Chris? 2 minutes to go?
2 minutes to go, 2 timeouts. Yeah, one more first down will definitely secure the victory.
Just hang on to the ball.
And it looks like the Knights aren't calling timeout. They're letting this happen right now. 1st and 10. McLaughlin from the gun. Takes the snap. Quarterback keep again. Cuts back to the far side of the field. Tackled at the 21. Every bit of a 5, maybe a 6-yard carry.
Timeout, Knight.
And there's the second burn timeout in this second half by the Knights. They stop the clock at 1:32. You can feel it. The Redskins are so close to making it a three-peat in terms of a sectional championship. Quite an impressive streak here.
Just hang on to the football. The fans are so excited. A lot of them standing up. A lot of the student bodies headed to the gate where the players come out to help celebrate. I see a big Redskin down there. His harpoon that he has, Mitch, I would light that thing on fire.
What is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably can't really do that at a high school football game, but how cool would that be?
And you see Athletic Director Neil Minix entering the track area. He's got that sectional championship trophy in hand, ready to hand off to the winner, as it looks like LaVille gets on the board again, but the Jays still lead 38-18. They're still in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. 1 minute to go in the third.
Mishawaka takes another timeout. Knox was just a little bit short on that run up the middle. Left it third down and about 2. That was their last timeout, I believe.
So now, one more first down. This game is over.
Yeah, we invite our listeners at the end of our game, jump over to Max 98.3 FM with Rusty Nixon and Joe McKee to hear the ending of that North Judson-St. Pierre Blue Jay battle with LaVille. KVB's WKVI and WYMR has got your back, folks. Minute 24 to go. The Redskins lead 12-0. Will that be the final score? Or will the Redskins punch one in here just for fun? They're meeting in the huddle, and now they break and trotting up to the line of scrimmage. It will be Miles McLaughlin from shotgun, Jake Conroy to his left. The Knights have no timeouts left. 3rd and 2. McLaughlin, quarterback keep, wrapped up by number 99, Caleb Johnson. He won't get the first down. It'll be 4th, and now the clock continues to roll with 1:10.
I know this is silly, but with 1:04, you got to still try to get that first down or run backwards and take a safety. That would still ice the game, but I know we're going to go for it right here. 4th and about 3.5 yards.
Ooh, he draws the Knights off sides.
There's that first down.
And that will be the end. An automatic first down, and you see the Redskins waving their arms in the air, pumping up Redskin Nation. They're going to do it, folks. They're going to do it. A three-peat for a sectional championship. They'll have to knee one, and that should be it. In victory formation, McLaughlin takes the snap, takes the knee, and that will be the end of the ball game. The Knox Redskins become sectional champions for the 3rd year in a row, 12-0 as they beat Mishawaka Marian.
Noah Bolin out there, everybody celebrating, jumping up and hitting each other. He's tackling his teammates. Did you see him tackle?
He's so excited. So the Knox Redskins make it happen. An amazing moment. Wow. Unbelievable. We will take a break and come back for our Collins Insurance post-game show. The Knox Redskins will become sectional champions, beating Mishawaka Marian 12-0. We didn't see a single score in the second half. Quite a defensive battle here the last 24 minutes. We're going to take a break and come back. Collins Insurance post-game show on the way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winamac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years' experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
12-0 is the final as the Knox Redskins beat Mishawaka Marian. Mitch Columbi along with sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan and Jim Collins, special guest up here in the booth. You got to feel pretty good about the Knox Redskins right now, Jim.
Oh, I'm just relieved. It's so exciting for those boys. The whole team, the whole organization, it's great. They're fired up, and they really, really deserve it.
Well, a big-time win for them. Of course, our other Stark County football team looks like they are taking care of business against the LaVille Lancers. That is going on our other station, KVB's WYMR. We are your Max Radio. That's Max 98.3 FM. Not a lot of people knew that's what WYMR stood for. We're your Max Radio.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember when they came up with that 10 years ago. I thought it was genius.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Chris McGowan's down on the sideline giving our listeners some history on KVB. Not a lot of listeners, I don't think, understand that WKVI also has another station in Max 98.3 FM. We're trying to get the word out there. Max has been a station under KVB for 10 years. We hope you come along and join us, figure out what we're doing, because it's very special, and we're very honored to continue the amazing traditions that Harold Welter had done on KVI and also Tony the Boss Ross on Max 98.3 FM. Well, Chris, the Knox Redskins did it. Give us your opinion on tonight's win.
A huge win. This Mishawaka Marian team, the competition they play at 6-5. I mean, that's impressive. I mean, they're playing. They're playing against Penn and Elkhart 6A schools. And again, for Knox to come in here and shut them out defensively. And I tell you what, I think probably the most impressive thing about the whole night was the fact that just how Knox was patient offensively.
Yeah.
They didn't try to do too much, didn't try to make a huge play, just took what the Knights gave them and was able to put 12 points on the board, and that's all they needed.
Well, we've got some stats here to go over, Chris. I just was given some stats here by official statistician Tim Knowlton. It looks like Miles McLaughlin had 36 rushes for 159 yards. Jake Conroy, 24 rushes for 77 yards. Man, I mean, it's not – look, we're used to seeing 200-plus, but it was enough to get the job done, and I think that was something special there for Jake Conroy. He usually gets plus 100 yards on the ground, but – they did what was needed tonight. It's not that they needed to pad the stats. They did what was needed to get the win.
Yeah, they didn't have to knock off those 40, 50-yard runs because credit to Mishawaka Marian, they were stopping the run. And just like Knox was stopping their run, that's why this whole second half there was no score. And to shut out a team like that, 12-0, they did not score. We shut them out.
Yeah.
A team like that's ranked in the top 10 teams in the state. That says a lot about these Redskins.
Yeah, it looks like first downs, Knox had 15 to Mishawaka Marian's 12. Rushing yards, we mentioned the two-headed monster for Knox. That equaled 236 yards on the ground, 60 carries total for the Knox Redskins. And then the Mishawaka Marian Knights ran the ball 23 total times for 104 yards. Knox did not throw the ball tonight, but Marian did. Mishawaka Marian did for 68 yards. Man, and then their rushing yards. You talked about the Knox Redskin defense. Mishawaka Marian, Osman only had 15 carries for but it's still 15 carries for 85 yards. Then Terrence Lane, 2 carries for 19 yards. Thimble, they didn't do quite what Knox did in terms of rushing, and I think that you're right. The Knox defense needs a little bit of credit here. That interception by Ashton Walker, he almost had a second one. Then Miles McLaughlin's interception in the end zone. Their defense is coming alive at the right time, it feels like.
And especially tonight in the third quarter when Mishawaka came out, they got the ball the first part of the third quarter. They drove the length of the field, and then Knox stopped them with that interception. And then it was just back and forth. I think Knox punted more tonight than they did all season long, so credit to Mishawaka Marian's defense. But the Redskins kept them out of the end zone. And there's not much more you can say about that. They made a statement.
Well, big-time win for the Knox Redskins, 12-0 over Mishawaka Marian. We're going to take a break and come back. We got to figure out our Stark County Co-op play of the game. Still much work to do. Of course, North Judson St. Pierre is still on the air on Max 98.3 FM. They lead LaVille 38-18 at the end of the third. So the fourth quarter is still going on. That's on Max 98.3 FM, KVB's WYMR. We're your Max Radio. KVB's WKVI, though, is taking a break. Coming back, Stark County Co-op Play of the Game is up next. You're listening to the Collins Insurance postgame show on KVB's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op Play of the Game. Let's return to the voices of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
12-0 is the final as the Knox Redskins beat the Mishawaka Marian Knights for a sectional championship, their third one in a row. A lot of plays to choose from here, Jim. I don't know which one you could go with. Maybe that interception by Miles McLaughlin.
That's what I would pick, the interception there. That was a game changer at that moment.
Yeah, that interception in the end zone. If Mishawaka Marian gets points on the board there, it makes it 12-6 without going for 2 or an extra point. And intercepting it in the end zone, to have the presence of mind to get down, to slide and not run it out of the end zone. Like you said, kids have a tendency to want to make a big play, but Miles knew he didn't need to in that moment. Just slide, take the touchback, get it on the 20. Smart play.
Great play, smart play. Then from there, all you have to do is run the clock out. So, but if he did run it out, Mitch, it would have been okay.
It would have been okay. Well, congratulations to Miles McLaughlin and that interception in the end zone, sealing the deal, not allowing any points on the board from Mishawaka Marian. We're going to take a break and come back. Our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is up next. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider, The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care, closer to home. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is all about community and keeping our community spotlight shining on the accomplishments of our youth. That's why PMH is proud to be a sponsor of our local high school sports action on WKVI, our community radio station. Pulaski Memorial Hospital. Quality care, closer to home.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game. Mitch?
Thank you, John Thompson. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson St. Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-Star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Well, Chris, what do you think our Ashley Derrickson 5-Star Player of the Game is?
I tell you what, you know, the law firm of McLaughlin and Conroy, you know, they've had their accolades, but I tell you, you got to go the entire defense of the Knox Redskins.
Wow.
You want to name the entire starting defense to hold this Mishawaka Marian offense to no points.
To no points.
To 0 points, to shut them out for 4 quarters.
And, you know, they came in to tonight, Mishawaka Marian, they were averaging
almost 25 points a game.
25.6 points per game. The Knox Redskins have not shut a team out at all this season.
And, hey, no better time than a sectional championship.
The starting defense for the Knox Redskins, we start at defensive backs. They're Jake Conroy, Maddox Kinder, Keegan Everidge, and Isaac Singleton. Starting linebackers are Noah Boland, Kane Weber, and Miles McLaughlin. On the defensive line for the Redskins is Hunter Anderson and Garen Phipps as the defensive ends. Dominic Triska and Keaston Dixon are the defensive tackles. Congratulations to the entire Knox Redskins defensive unit. Wow. That's a lot of words.
That was a lot of words, but again, very deserving. Because if you'd have told me that they were going to shut Mishawaka Marian out, I probably would have told you you're crazy.
Well, and then, no kidding. And then on top of that, you talked about time of possession last week, how the Redskins didn't have it very long and they were able to win. Now they have it. They had it tonight, 30 minutes and 14 seconds to Mishawaka Marian, 16-24. Just a dominating performance.
Yeah, it was. You look at 4th down conversions. Knox 3 of 3, Mishawaka Marian 0 for 2. And right here's the difference. Red zone. Knox was 2 of 3, Mishawaka Marian 0 for 2.
Wow.
So 2 chances inside the red zone to come away with points there, and the Knox defense bent but did not break.
Wow. Well, a big-time win for the Knox Redskins as they beat Mishawaka Marian 12-0 as KVB's WKVI Sports will be back in action next Friday as we continue our story through the 2024 football postseason. We will be going live for one of our area teams that have advanced tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. Hey, we remind you to join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you missed the Saturday Sports Line, don't worry. We remind you of the Saturday Sports Line replay every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We also invite you to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Jim Collins.
Well, there's just so much to take in right now. I'm so proud of this team. They've worked really hard all year. You know, they don't do like the old days where you only practice for a little while. They practice year-round. They're lifting weights. This is what they've been working for partially. You know, they want to win sectional. You want to go all the way to the big show. So you got to take it one game at a time. And we've won sectional. Let's go win regional, then move on to semi-state, and then we'll all go down to the Dome with the Blue Jays, and we'll have a great big Stark County party down there.
Well, and you bring up the Blue Jays. The last score update, I'll have a chance to talk on WKVI. The Blue Jays are leading LaVille 44-18. They just intercepted a LaVille pass, so it does look, with 7 minutes to go in the fourth, the North Judson St. Pierre Blue Jays will also become sectional champions. I want to say that's their fourth sectional championship in a row, if I'm not mistaken, Chris. Is that correct in saying that?
Yeah, it's correct in saying that. And I think it's like the 7th year in a row they've been in this sectional championship.
Wow.
So,
final word from you tonight.
Just a great night for Stark County.
Absolutely.
I mean, these kids from Knox, very well-deserved championship here again tonight. And we said, you know, after that week 1 loss to North Judson, we said it on the air, give this team the season because they lost so much up front, the offensive line, and that's so important. Give them a season to 9-10 games to gel, and they're going to be a tough out. And I'm telling you right now, I think they'll travel to Garrett next week, take on the Railroaders from Garrett High School, and hey, anything can happen. You get this locomotive, that the Knox Redskin offense, and get them moving. And I tell you what, they're gonna be tough to beat.
Well, our final tonight from Community Field saw the Knox Redskins beat Mishawaka Marian 12-0. As from all of us here at KV. Hey, big time shout out to Doug Casera, by the way. We appreciate him coming up to the booth and just chatting with us. He grabbed the radio and was giving us score updates on 98.3, our other station. Doug Casera, a longtime friend of Tony the Boss Ross, of course, did some broadcasts with Tony over the years in Marshall County. Shout out to Doug Casera. We appreciate him just wanting to come have some fun on a Friday night. As from all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Football. For our sideline sports analyst Chris McGowan, special guest Jim Collins, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columby. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, L&D Farms, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, USW Local 9551, Collins Insurance, McGrath Refrigeration, Web Printing, and JT's Shirt Shack, Kankakee Valley REMC, Osborne Advantage Real Estate, Keener Construction, LAP Waste, Sideline Automotive, Howard's Marathon of Winamac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Touchdown!